Hello, everyone. Hi, Mirasaki. Hi, Sharla. How are you guys doing? I hope the slightly later start time is good for those of you over in Australia. Hi, Pixel Dreams. It's so good to see you. I thank you for your patience and that we're running a little bit behind. Oh, hi, Kelly. How are you doing? I slept for 15 hours last night, which, like, maybe isn't the best thing. Hello, horrid creature. So good to see you. Yeah, like sometimes with lupus, it's just kind of like you feel like you're getting sick. Like you feel like you're getting the flu, but you're not actually getting the flu. It's just like your body is like, hey, we need extra sleep. Go to bed now, forever. So I slept in until noon today. And I'm having my first coffee of the day. I'm having a vanilla latte. So I hope you are all nice and cozy and enjoying your Sunday. Hello, Jolie. How are you doing, friend? All right, Shadowfire, good to see you. So today we are going to be playing with another sort of new family in town. So they're technically called the Jordans right now, but they will be the Lucases, I believe. So Latrice here was the nanny for the Blackwood household way back in the day, probably like 10 to 15 episodes ago. Mostly going to be lurking, reduced all my mods in CC, so I have to fix everything in my hood. Oh, I totally understand, Pixel. No worries. Hopefully we can provide some good background content for you while you are working on that. And also, I have a cute mug with like little birds and flowers on it. Corey hates birds, so yes, good luck. I hope nothing like goes wrong, because I know sometimes like reducing and merging can like completely ruin things, but fingers crossed it's okay. So originally we thought this family was going to live in the slums over by the Rodneys. However, so she did get pregnant while she was living at the Blackwoods, and we decided, since they have about 10,000 simoleons, that we would give them their own cottage. So I'm kind of thinking we would put a little cottage like over here next to the Fenner's new cottage. Venus Soup, hello! Oh, you missed yesterday's stream, so glad I can catch today's. Well, no worries, you didn't really miss out on like anything from like the first 5 families. We were just playing with the new family of the Rodneys over here, so you're not behind on anything. So it was a good stream to miss, I'd say. So far so good, just a lot of revamping, but I just did. Oh no, because you created this hood not long ago, so it's been all day. Yeah, some of those things really do like take literally all day, don't they? Hi, Short Dark Flower. Yeah, I'm having a pretty good day. We went to the grocery store, and oh my god, it was so crowded. I don't know if it's like the fact that the weather is kind of nice, or I don't know what it is, but I've never seen the grocery store run out of shopping carts before, and they ran out of shopping carts. It was a whole deal. The pink soup houses in your bin. I know, there's so much pink soup in here. It's fine. So the reason that a lot of them do look like they have pink soup in the bin is because I have to move my houses around every so often, because I'm pretty bad at the fact that like I'll put too many houses in one neighborhood, and for my experience that can increase the pink soup, and so I'll pop the houses in the bin, move them to a different subhood, and that's why they all look like that. It's a whole thing. Alright, so let's go ahead and place a house over here by the Fenners. Maybe just right next door. And then I think I'm going to use the English place name generator to come up with a name for this cottage. Let's see. Ooh, Hazelburn Head. I like it. Cool. Alright, and they have about 10,000 simoleons, as I said, to work with. So we don't have a lot of space. We don't have a lot of money. But the Fenner cottage that we did build, they only had about 4,000 simoleons. So I think we have plenty of money to work on. I did like a little speed build the other day. It was like trying to see how much I could build and decorate in 20 minutes, and the short answer is not a lot. Hi, Sir Falafalot. So good to see you. Yeah, so I'll be posting that to YouTube soon. I just have to finish editing it. But like, as you guys know, I spent all of the money on plants. So, gonna ask you a few questions about your sun and moon mods later. Sure, you're trying to find everything and make sure they're updated. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Like wings for your horses. Yeah, I don't want wings for my horses. I think that just came with the big like barn animal expansion pack that they did, the update. So yeah, I should delete that. I really should. So this is another slum build. So it's not necessarily a slum build. I know this hood is going to have a large slum area. We have a lot of lower class sims, but I think that's pretty normal for the start of the challenge. Not everyone has a lot of money. We started off with a lot of like maids and stuff that ended up getting pregnant and had to move out, which I don't think we were really anticipating on happening. So that's sort of how we ended up with so many like proper poppers in the town. Maybe just don't have as much CC as most people, but I don't get the pink soup. You only have cast CC? Yeah, so Venus, I have an aggressive amount of CC. I know a lot of people in chat like have never had pink soup, which is really great for all of you. Not for me, but yeah, I have like pretty much every single sun and moon mod. And I think those are a big reason as to why I have so very much custom content, because some of those are really big and there's just a whole lot to them. To be fair, big slum areas is pretty accurate, right? Like it would make more sense that we would have a lot of like lower class sims, a lot of poppers in town. And there are a lot of people shoved into the slums. That's just kind of how it goes. I think I only had it at the beginning, but this was before I optimized The Sims 2 to Windows 10. Haven't had it since. Oh my gosh, you're so lucky. Yeah, I don't know. I think that I have my game optimized. It's just I've hit about like 20 gigabytes and it's a little bit aggressive, so. Oh, hi Tasha. No worries. I totally understand you had family stuff going on. Have to go in a few minutes. Well, I appreciate you just popping in and saying hi. No worries. Well, I do post everything to YouTube, so you don't need to worry about the VOD disappearing or anything. So take as much time as you need for family stuff, I understand. You need to find a lot that is set as a slum, but can be turned into an apartment. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, it's just so much CC that the issue is there. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not making sense. I'm very tired today. Shadow, I think I missed a message from you. Oh yeah, hopefully the next slum area will be flat. I know, I feel bad that I made that decision and chose to ignore you, but you can probably send it to the Discord because you remember finding it in Mod The Sims. No CC too, oh really? Yeah, if you want to pop it into the Discord, that'd be great. Because I might need to be revamping my slums, as you know. The great slope gate of 2022. But how are your weekends going? I'm sorry my game is taking so long to load. It just does this sometimes. It's how it is. One day you'll learn. I know, right? Like, I anticipate at some point that Shadow will be like, Kristen, do this. And I'll be like, okay, I'll do that. Instead of being like, I don't need to, I'll be fine. And then 2 minutes later, it's like, oh, no, I'm actually not fine. I'm not fine at all. Hi, Rachel. How are you doing? Oh, look, I forgot to remove some things from my CC folder from yesterday. So we are still struggling a little bit with the invisible custom content situation. But here we have the lovely Latrice. Oh, did you guys just develop? Oh, you just fell in love. Oh, okay. Well, that's not a bad way to start out the day. So we have Latrice Cassandra Jordan and her partner Alexander Hornby Lucas. And as you can see, they've just fallen in love. They're going steady. We will be having them do like a little quick marriage. But before that, And they do actually have some decent chemistry, which is, well, I think probably good given their situation. So I don't really have a vision for what I want this to look like today. I'm just gonna kind of like play it by ear and we'll see how it goes. I don't know, I'm just feeling like being a little bit creative. I anticipate a lot of plants though. Let me check to see their character traits. So she used to be a governess. Oh, we actually need to give her character traits. Oh, hey Shadow, would you mind checking the Google Doc to see if I believe this is Desi, Stranger Than Sim Fiction, has added her character traits into the spreadsheet? That would be really great if you wouldn't mind. Honestly, my body is struggling today. Gonna be watching this stream in bed. Oh, I'm sorry you're struggling today. I truly understand that as a chronically ill person, but I really hope that you're feeling better soon and that you at least enjoy your time in bed. So maybe what we'll do is actually have a cute little orchard, because like we don't have anyone with an orchard in town. Alternatively, we could just kind of like check and see, like we could have some animals. So we have sheeps, but we don't have any cows. So like having a form of milk might not be a bad idea. I'm thinking cows maybe. Let's do cows, and like we might have a little space for an orchard in the back too. Which family are we in today? Sorry, I had to step away for a moment. No worries, Charla. So this is going to be the Lucas family. We have Latrice here. This is Desi's sim self from Stranger Than Sim Fiction. And her partner, this is Alexander Lucas. So we will be having them have a quick little wedding after I build their house. But that's who we're playing today. This is our first time playing them as their own separate household, because Latrice actually used to be the sim who was the governess, or not really a governess, more of a nanny, like a nanny slash maid at the Blackwood house. So first things first. Oh, this is gonna be weird to fix. Okay, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. We can get it done. I'll enjoy your stream and maybe fall asleep. Well, I hope you have a nice little break, a little rest for your body. And if I'm lucky, it'll be better in a few days. Work might get in the way. Oh, that's unfortunate. I hope you start to feel better soon. That stuff can really like eat away at you pretty quickly. Okay, one more. And let's do that. These don't look great. I don't like those lines, but we're going to be lazy and go with it anyway. Let's see. Ah, here we go. That looks better. Okay. Although, well, shouldn't this be over here then? Yes, it should. Well, that's weird. Sometimes these roads don't line up very well. Hello, Omar! How are you doing? How is the studying and revision going? I hope you're doing well. We're just having a cozy little build today. We'll start playing their family once we're done with the building, but for at least the first part of stream, we're gonna be focusing on just like a little build, just a little casual hangout. Because I feel like a lot of us are just really tired this weekend, and I don't know, we just need something kind of chill. We'll relax to some calming music. Jusu, hello! Oh my gosh, Downton Abbey has come back to Prime? I can continue watching it? Oh, I should rewatch Downton Abbey. I haven't rewatched Downton Abbey in so long, and it used to be one of my favorite shows until like, okay, well there's one thing that happens, and it kind of made me really mad, and so I didn't want to continue watching it after that. You'll find out what it is if you haven't seen it. You'll know. You'll know. But I'm excited for you to continue watching it. But we do have Prime, so it might not be a bad idea for me to actually like go back and watch it right now. Because I'm not really watching anything at the moment. Let's see, maybe we put a little hall right here. Okay, I don't mind that. It's a bit of a weird shape of a house. Yeah, I'm gonna make this just like a hair smaller, I think. I don't think they need that much space, considering the fact that, oh god, we're already down to like 3,000 simoleons? That's not good. Yeah, Downton Abbey is so good, isn't it? I'm apparently in season 4. I really don't remember what has happened, but I think it's coming around as I watch. Been crying already, though. Yeah, that sounds like Downton Abbey. It's a very good show to make you end up sobbing half the time, which is good fun. It's good fun, isn't it? All right. Should have flattened the lot before moving in. How? How do I... Oh, it was expensive. Okay, that's where all their money went. I thought for a second you meant that you could flatten the lot, like, from the neighborhood view, and I was like, this is entirely new information. But yeah, so we have done pretty much nothing today, only going to the grocery store. And it's funny because like the last few days I've asked Corey like, oh, what are you gonna do today? And he just looks at me, and it means he's going to play Elden Ring. So he's been diving into that a lot. So I've been watching him play a little bit, and it's like, it's kind of fun. I can think of at least 2 things in Downton Abbey that could make one angry, sobbing, not wanting to watch anymore. I know. Actually, I can think of 2 things as well, and we're probably thinking of the same 2 things. You just go into the lot and flatten it before you move in. That makes sense. Aw, Omar, you're still dealing with studying and revision. We need to start studying for the mocks, and we keep getting useless feedback. Yeah, your feedback loop that you've been stuck in sounds honestly so frustrating. Like, I don't know how you're managing right now. Okay, this is just gonna be a 1-story cottage, I think. I mean, I could see if we want to do like these guys for the roof. Actually, I think that would look good. Okay, I'm gonna place you here. It might be the same amount of tiles, so that's not bad. You need to watch it. You've only seen clips? Oh my gosh, you'll love it, Flower. You'll absolutely love it. I can't recommend it enough. Oh, I need to... Okay. Just gonna do a little troubleshooting here. I'm embracing all the gaming time I can get right now, because once the baby boy is here, I know you're not gonna have near as much time. Although, I remember, so Alice, when she had little Imogen, she was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be around as much because, well, I have a baby now. And I thought we were gonna see less of her. But, like, as it turned out, she could just kind of game with little Immy, like, on her chest, like, right here. And it was so cute. I loved seeing all of those little gamer pics of Imogen. Hello, Kira! How are you doing? So good to see you. It's the season after the big thing that happened, and I tried to get used to it, to this new event. I know. You really have to, like, adjust to it. Hey, Pelicaz! The roof is just on the floor while I finish fixing up the walls. I had to change the, like... the size of the room. The roof won't stay on the floor, I promise. Do not recommend IB at my school. They've really put you through the ringer, and I'm very excited for you to sort of get out of that situation. I think you're really going to enjoy university, and yeah, it's like, it's a... Sorry, I didn't even fully explain that. Thank you, Shadow. So it's technically like a, maybe we'll do this here. No, it's fine. We'll have like a little overhang. How about that? It's technically a sculpture that you use as a roof. So I have a couple of those. I like to use them for like my thatched roofs in particular. So maybe, just gonna see what we have here. I think we'll stick with this tall, long one. I think I downloaded the lot when I wasn't in my account, so you're having to go through pages. Oh no! Well, I hope you find it quickly, Flower. I know that can take a little while, just sorting through things. Well, we'll see how he does with me being able to sit and play, but I don't count on it. It's probably safe not to count on it. It's probably a good thing that you're just kind of like, you know what? Like, I anticipate having to take a break, and I think that's good. And like, you know, there's also the fact that you don't want to spend all of your time with the baby, like, on the computer, because you just want to be, like, soaking in all those moments. Ooh, you can put the washing line under the overhang. That would be cute. I like that idea. I was also thinking, how do you guys feel if we make this the front of the house? We could put the front door like right here and like the washing like right here. Hi John, how are you doing today? So good to see you. Yeah, babies can be a lot chiller than you think, but it's so hard to anticipate though because every baby is so individual. So like while that worked for Alice for a while, like now that Imogen is a little bit older, I know that she like screams when she's not getting attention. So it doesn't work near as well because she has to be like engaged because like she's almost like a toddler now and toddlers need to have attention. You've been around a lot of babies and kids my whole life, so I know what to expect, but it really does depend on the baby. It does. Well, I'm really hoping that your baby is going to be a very kind one to you. Oh, we're having some invisible item issue. You're tired and learned something creepy about myself? Oh, I thought you were going to say something creepy about your house. Well, I'm sorry about that. I hope it's not too creepy. Yeah, the entrance there is cute too. I hadn't thought of that. I know, I hadn't either, but it could be really cute because we could have like a nice little garden like going along the side, and then we could have the cows over here and the orchard back here if we can actually afford it. Personally, I cannot wait to leave school. I swear dealing with my son as an infant and 1-year-old is more doable than dealing with these people. That is definitely a sign of a very toxic environment for you. And I think you're really going to like university and just like getting some space from the education system you're currently in because it has not been nice to you. I can have 10 to 15 minute conversation without blinking. Yes, I do think that would unnerve many people. Are your eyes okay? Like, I imagine they would be really dry. Repars, shaders, true. Let's give that a go. I have a feeling it's not gonna work, but we can try. Exactly, and like a little path out to the road. All right, can we see things? We can see things now. Cool. All right, everything's not invisible. No clue if I'm human or not. I mean, it's certainly a possibility, but statistically, I would say you're probably human. Just got some quirks, you know? All right, we're gonna move those over there. Parents are undecided. That's fair. That is absolutely fair. All right, and then before I forget, let's go ahead and grab some terrain. Maybe like this one. Kind of feeling that one, and we'll do something. Oh, we can't see things? Okay, we're gonna reload the lot because we're having some weird issues. I think Beth was actually having this issue the other day. It must be related to the pink soup fix. Because she, like, the terrain wasn't showing up for her either. So that's interesting. As someone whose father is probably about 75% human, I don't think that's weird. We're all desensitized to it, apparently. I know, your eyeballs crying loudly in the distance. I don't think I could do that. So, like, I'm prone to having really dry eyes. And, like, if I've been staring at a computer for too long and stuff, it just, like, gets really bad. And, like, my eyes will start watering because they're dry. It's weird. I don't know. I've also found out, I'm not sure if anyone else has this experience or if my eyes are just really weird, but when cutting onions, if I wear contacts, it doesn't make me cry. So, like, I always get really upset when I am cutting onions and I, like, no, I don't like that. I have put too much stuff over here. So we're gonna have to do a little fixing, but that's okay. My eyes are very watery. I have really watery eyes too. For me, it's definitely like a little bit of like a reflex thing where it's like compensating for them being dry, I think. Okay. Gotta fix that up just a touch. Okay, I think that's better. And then we'll end up putting some soil along the house. I always like to do this, just adding like a little bit of soil. Oh, no. Good grief. I'm struggling, folks. I am struggling today. Although at least it seems like some of you guys are struggling with me. So there's a little bit of like sympathy or understanding happening at the same time. All right, and then I am going to go around the back. Maybe we'll put like a little outhouse in the back over here. Yeah, I think that might be a good idea because we're not going to have a whole lot of space. So maybe we won't even have an internal like bathroom at all. Like maybe we'll just put a bathtub in the bedroom. I don't think that would be a bad call. And then I might want to change the color of these roofs. Let's see what our options are. Just struggling through redecorating all my houses and community lots and making over all my Sims again. See, that is such a struggle though. Like, so what I want to do is build Pleasant View in a Victorian style. Like, completely rebuild it, redecorate it, make everyone look Victorian. But it's just so much work to go through and fix everything, every single house, every single Sim. Like, it just sounds like such an endeavor, and I don't know. Fun note, the lot doesn't have slums in the title. Might have it on my PC. Yeah, I imagine that a lot of people do try to avoid the word slums. Because if you're not, like, using it historically, it can be a little bit of an iffy topic. You find those projects fun? Shadow, you want to help me rebuild Pleasant View? No, you have enough on your plate with my downloads folder at the moment. I won't make you do that. You don't mind, it's just tedious. Yeah, I really like building from scratch, like in the beginning. So, I don't know. I'm not always someone who likes to do all of those tedious tasks. I like things to just be like, just hello, welcome back. Our lovely internet issues have decided to continue today. But I'm sorry you're still having issues with your laptop, Shadow. You're on an old laptop, so living vicariously through everyone else's game. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to, you know, work on my downloads folder when you can't even, like, play and test it. Like, that must be really frustrating. I know. There's Penelope in the corner, like, bopping on the router. Yeah, I hope you get it sorted soon. Welcome back. Thank you, Pixel. I appreciate it. If I could test it, I'd do more intensive merging. I totally understand. Although I think just like a small amount of merging is going to really be amazing. Like, I think it's going to be completely different. Maybe I'll do a 2.0 when I get my game back. That's not a bad idea. I mean, I'm not going to make you do it twice, you know? Like, I think just once is going to do the trick. May I go and have a shave soon? Oh, no. All right, well, you can join us when you're done with your shave. No worries. Enjoy. On a funny note, when I type slums, it's either apologetic. I'm not sure what that word is. It's just for like a theme. Oh, gotcha. AKA the end of the world. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. What, can we not? What? Snap objects off. There we go. There we go. How about maybe like this door right here? Apocalyptic! Oh my god, thank you, Kelly. I was not figuring that out at all. I appreciate the help. Could do like one of these. I really love these doors. Like, a lot. I am going to get rid of the kind of like rune style. I can't spell. It's totally fine. I apparently can't phonetically figure things out either, so. Desi, hello! So good to see you. Because look who we are hanging out with today. It's Latrice. And her soon-to-be hubby, Alexander Lucas. My DP years were definitely in the apocalyptic time period. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Going through Tumblr looking for a new reshade. Oh, Mirasaki, do you use reshade for The Sims 2? I've never thought about doing that before. I use reshade for The Sims 4, but mostly just because I'm trying desperately hard to make The Sims 4 actually fun. Even though I do think it's definitely like affected my game's performance though, which is really unfortunate. So I don't know. I can't decide if I want to keep using reshade or not. So I'm definitely interested to hear about your experience with it. And yes, why don't... Yeah, I was thinking I could put like the laundry stuff right next to it. I mean, I could turn on snap objects and we could put it there. I don't mind that. Although, is it going inside the house? Let me see. There we go. I think that's good. Kristen, how often do you play The Sims 4? I haven't opened it in months, Omar. I'll go through phases. I play the very stereotypical way with The Sims 4, where I go through phases where I'm like, I want to like this game. And I try. And I just get frustrated at the simulation lag and then open The Sims 2 because The Sims 2 is so great when it comes to simulation because your Sims never just like stop doing what they're doing and go like bopping along to existence and doing nothing, you know? Maybe have the door on the front part. Like, up here or here. I mean, I already placed the terrain paint. I don't want to redo it, you know? Still trying to get my Sims 2 to accept and use sun and moon stuff. That's fair. Use reshade in The Sims 4, and I've installed it on The Sims 3. Oh, I didn't know you could use it with The Sims 3 too. I mean, that makes sense. You have reshade in The Sims 3 and 4. That makes sense. Your Sims 4 looks nice, Desi. I know, your Sims actually do what they tell them. Oh, I figured out the line now. It's fine. Cool. Thank you. All right. I guess we should get some wallpaper situation going. Let's see what we can use. I've used gray recently, so I don't want to use that again right now. I would love like some nice stone. Like something like this, I think would be good. And then I'm going to do a little variation here. Not much. Not much, because I don't want to put that much energy to it. What is your opinion on your Victorian royalty challenge you did in The Sims 4? Well, I kind of lost the save because I'm bad at things sometimes, so I can't really continue it. I would love to like restart it and give it a go. I just like don't trust myself that I would actually finish the challenge. I don't know. It's weird because that challenge got like a lot of views on YouTube and I was kind of like, why are people very interested in this? So I don't know. I still get comments on YouTube that are like, what happened to this series? Will you continue it? And I'm like, I'm sorry. Can I just play The Sims 2? Maybe do the furniture before plants this time? Yes. Oh, Reshade crashes your game in The Sims 2. Yeah, I don't really know people who use it in The Sims 2. I am going to place windows, and then we'll go inside. I mean, we should place the cows, or at least the trees, though, right? The Sims 4 is easier to manage, yet, yeah. Reshade can be finicky to run with The Sims 2, but once you get it running, I love it. Ooh. Maybe I'll look into it. I don't know. I feel like I've got so much custom content that I really like the way my game looks without it. So at the moment, I feel like I'm fine. I have a preset that just makes it slightly brighter and more colorful. Ooh, that would be nice. I mean, with my Victorian series, I almost like don't mind that it's a little bit darker and like slightly more dingy looking, you know? I just think it kind of works. That's gonna be too tall. Why are all of these so tall? That one might not be bad. Let me try this one. And then I do think I'm gonna have to turn snap objects off again. I can't find it. That's okay. That's okay. I think we can manage without it. I can barely stand watching Sims 4 vids. I don't know, man. I know there are very few. Oh, that's wrong. I need to fix this. There are very few Sims 4 videos that I do watch. I mean, like, I watch Claire Chabon all the time just because she's also like a very narrative storytelling. Yes, Omar. My God. So PhDs are a little intense in that there's only like a couple of us in the program. And so because of that, you end up kind of getting advised by the entire department. At least that's the way that my program is, which I think is actually terrible. It's too much feedback. It's too many cooks in the kitchen. Everyone has different opinions. Like, it's exhausting. Yeah, I've had some really, honestly, kind of traumatic feedback too. Like, some faculty just don't know how to talk to students in that they will say like really horrible things to their students and they think that they're helping. So yeah, there are a lot of situations in my PhD where I'm just kind of like, cool, you could have phrased this as though you were talking to another human being instead of someone who is significantly inferior to you. It's bad. It's bad. Okay, I really, really want to put some plants down, but I'm not going to. I'm going to hold out, and I'm not going to put plants. I remember when I came to your channel, my first comment was, are you going to do the Sims 4 save? Now I hate the Sims 4 so much. Yeah, I understand. I don't know. I really want to do a Decades Challenge just because I think there's a good amount of custom content for it in the Sims 4, and I want to like it. I want to, you know? I try. So I might. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. But I do feel bad because I don't want people to get invested in my Sims 4 challenges and then I'm just like, peace. I am tired of the Sims 4. But I'll always be a Sims 2 player at heart. Just prepare to look at mods, updates galore. I know. That's something I'm not looking forward to. I know, aren't the shutters adorable? Like, they might be a little much for this kind of, like, impoverished cottage, but I love them. You think you have them? Yeah, you probably do. Huge Lunatic made them. Alright. Let's go to the inside now and see what we can do here. Okay. So first of all, we desperately need to... My game has crashed. Cool. Delightful. Thank you, game. Maybe if you get too bored of the challenge in The Sims 4, you can try in The Sims 2. That's a good idea. I've thought about doing that. All right, I am going to pop into my downloads folder real quick. Oh, I know that sound. I know, we all do. It's traumatizing to so many of us. I think I think he's talking about the royalty challenge, like the Victorian royalty challenge. Sorry, I grabbed coffee. I have considered doing the test of time challenge. I think what I'm going to do next is a medieval challenge. So, I probably would do the test of time challenge after a medieval challenge. But I've been thinking about loading up a second YouTube series. So kind of like my Victorian Sims challenge, but just like a different one. So something I'm not doing on Twitch, you know? Oh, you're currently doing a medieval challenge? Do it. Okay. Oh, you're talking about the decades challenge. Okay, Omar. Okay. There's a lot of things about the test of time challenge that I really dislike. Yeah, I would have to like adjust a lot of things. Like, aren't there some weird like colonialist and imperialist and slightly problematic things to the test of time challenge? I don't know. Coming from someone trying to do the Victorian challenge, it's hard to set it up and I still have no CC in the game. You'll get there. It does take a while. Yeah, I would probably do medieval next. Okay, let me see. I've downloaded some things recently. Why do I have some vampire coffins in here? I swear, my downloads folder is like the Wild West. I don't even know what I have half the time. I'm just checking to see if there's a few things I can delete. Let's go here. So just take a second, folks. Found 2 new reshade presets. Nice. Time to see how they look in game. Shadow, can you confirm that her CC folder is a mess? Yes. It's really bad. It's so bad. Like, Flower, if you wanted my Victorian downloads folder for your game, you can have it, but I just can't in good conscience really encourage it. Oh, Francois! Hello! Thank you so much for the raid. It is so good to see you. Hi! Oh, a Regency raid! You're playing a Regency game? How's it going? So you caught us during a crash? Unfortunately. Okay, let me see. Let's see if that does the trick and we'll reload. I'm not confident, but we're gonna try. What were you doing in the Regency era? Were you playing The Sims 4? Once I'm done fussing with the sun and moon stuff, I have to dig into the number letter strings. Oh god. I'm sure you're looking forward to that. Bonsoir, bonsoir. Welcome in. What time period is colonization like around what century? Well, it depends on the place and time. Tomorrow, 3 big Sims 4 streamers will do your challenge together. Oh my gosh. Oh, you were doing my challenge in The Sims 4. That is so exciting. Francois, do you have a time for that? If you want to like post a time for it in the Discord, I want to try and watch. This music to The Sims 4. Yes, The Sims 2. Thank you, Joanna. Scared to do the decades. Yeah, so colonization, I would say, like, as an American, we kind of think about it in terms of the, like, 17th and 18th century, you know? It's just, it depends on where. Like, there's also England trying to colonize literally everyone. And that's a whole other story. It'll be around, okay, so 10:30 GMT, Monday, Tuesday, the channels. All right, I'm actually going to take a picture of this because I want to try and join if I can. I won't understand everything that's happening because my French is not great, but we can give it a go. Oh, my camera's not working. My phone is very old and it is not very happy. They will play the same save alternately? Oh, that's cool. So everyone's playing the same save and they're kind of like rotating around it. That's super exciting. Oh, I can't wait to watch that. Not me aging 10 years every time I look at that 1500 number string files. I know, in Comp 10, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It is pretty bad, isn't it, Shadow? I don't know how to explain how bad it is. But yeah, my, in 2 years I have aged 68 years. I think, yeah, Omar, I think that's fair. You've been through the ringer these last few years. I'm really excited. I've said it before, but I'm really excited for your life to kind of like calm down and you get to like enjoy it. Oh, it's 8:30? Really? Oh my god. I'm bad at numbers. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. Yes, 8:30. Okay, gotcha. Why was I thinking that's 10 o'clock? Man, my brain. French time. Well, that's okay. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I really want to have a Discord event with us having one family we can download and play together and see what happens. I think it's a good idea. We add 12 to the PM hours. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, Shadow, that would be so fun. So we could kind of have maybe like a light version of my save folder. And we can kind of like pass it around and everyone can play it. I think that would be fun. You're practiced at French time? Are you French, Rachel? Yeah, I also like, I don't know. I feel like there's a bunch of different events we could do. I really need to get on actually planning that because we've been trying to do like a Pride and Prejudice event for months and I just keep forgetting. Oh, Rachel is French and a sim in your story. Oh, that's so cool, Francois. Sisterhood of the Traveling Save File. I mean, and a real person as well. Just a little bit. Just sprinkle in some reality, you know? Real person, sim, c'est la vie. No, you're English, but you live in France. Oh, nice. Yeah, you would be very versed in French time then. Very versed. Well, that's lovely. Very lovely. I lived in France for about a month during undergrad, during university. But like I haven't really used much of my French since. I did use some French in my master's program. Speak French very good. No. Speak French very bad. Yeah, I was translating some like autopsy reports from the 17th century in French, and like it's not as bad to translate stuff, you know, because you can just use translators and it makes it pretty easy to do. But I don't know, I'm still working on my German at the moment. How effective do you think pomade and powder was at cleaning hair in the 18th century? Honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't know a whole lot about the 18th century, to be fair. I mean, like, if you think about it, right, powder is something we still use for, like, cleaning hair today. Like, it's pretty much, it's like dry shampoo, you know? So in a sense, I think it works. Oh, you love my accent in English? It's very easy to understand. I've been told that I do enunciate pretty well. Like, I've had to do a decent amount of public speaking, and I try not to, like, mumble a lot. Like, my husband is a mumbler. Like, such a mumbler. And, like, even I can't even hear him half the time. So, I don't know. Just because I've had to do, like, presentations and stuff, I think I got used to just enunciating everything really well. Or at least I try, you know? Not always. Not always. I'm very soft-spoken, too. So, like, still sometimes people can't hear me even when I'm talking. I've gotten a lot better at it, though. Like, during high school and middle school, I was that person giving presentations in class where no one could hear me because I was so shy. So we've come a long way. We really have. You think the lot is gone? I remember downloading it too. Oh, that would have been perfect. That's okay. We can build our own. No worries. I also don't totally trust people when they're uploading things because I am afraid of accidentally downloading custom content that I don't want. So I don't really download a lot of houses. I did from like this Russian website, and it gave me these weird like mailbox replacements that were in Russian, and I could not figure out what file it was. It took me so long. I had to do the 50-50 method several times. If I do decades, I'm going to use Brindleton Bay. Nice! Yeah, Brindleton Bay is perfect for decades. I can use one of the small or the island, small lots or island. That makes sense. Make sure it has the whole lot trait. of no one walking about. Oh, there's a lot trait for that? I didn't realize that. That would actually be useful. That would be useful. On one hand, I enunciate well. On the other hand, I talk in slang, memes, crass jokes, and ADHD kicking words right out of my brain mid-sentence. Yeah, sometimes I like start fumbling over things and just get kind of stuck in a fumble loop, and I have to get out of that loop. But what are my least favorite centuries? That is an interesting question. Maybe the 21st century? Does that count? I'm tired of this existence. I also I get so tired about the classic eras. I don't know, like I did my master's program with a lot of classicists, and like ancient Rome and Greece, I just have no time for. I just don't care. Everyone's only talking about war all the time. It just kind of drives me a little bit batty. Victorian Royal Challenge, I wanted to use Bay as the first kingdom. Yeah, that's what I did. For my Victorian Royalty Challenge, I did Brundleton Bay as well. Our century sucks except for internet and human rights. Yes, we do have great human rights and internet situations. Oh, Chaos Lilies. Oh my gosh, I love your username. Thank you so much for the follow. What a delight to have you here with us. Okay, yeah, I think we're all in consensus that we hate the 21st century. It's just been kicking us in the ass for like a long time. I'm very tired. I think we're all very tired. Since the king needs to marry, he's marrying down. Yeah, I mean, I thought about that too. Like, you could start with a couple different kingdoms, kind of like how Mira Ray does it. But I just feel like it's building up so much, and you're making so many families. Although, as long as the other families are, like, wealthy and have titles, it's not necessarily marrying down, you know? I guess it just depends on how you start it, right? But yeah, I am glad we have human rights. Like, as a woman, I'm very glad that I can vote. I'm very glad that I can get my own credit cards. I'm glad that my gay friends are not near as miserable as they have been in the past. Although, let's be real, it's still a terrifying time for the LGBTQ community in general. Oh, yeah, I always forget about Forgotten Hollow. I think... Did someone create a mod that completely replaces Forgotten Hollow with, like, something else? With, like, this beautiful Asian neighborhood? Was that Forgotten Hollow? I can't remember what neighborhood that was. Literature in ancient Greece and Rome was also boring. Oh my gosh, I have read so many plays. Aw, Francois, thank you so much for the bits. Yes, pride, gay love, for sure. Of course, our stream very much supports the LGBTQ community, so red flag for any of you. Yeah, it was Forgotten Hollow. Gotcha. Just saying hi. Hi, Crete. How are you doing? It's dinner time after cooking. No worries, no worries. That was before the Snowy Escape Pack. I've thought about downloading it because it did look really pretty, right? But I don't know. There's so many things I need to download. And I want to download for The Sims 2 or for The Sims 4. It's just that I don't trust necessarily that I'll play the game if I download it. Hi, Batty Brando. Yes, LGBTQ. I know, like, our community has to be supportive of it. If it's not, like, our Discord would be a goddamn disaster. Like, an absolute disaster. Yeah. We have a lot of LGBTQ members. So that's partially why Streamford Cross has so many gay sims in it as well, because we have to, you know, support the way people want to live their lives in the Regency. And that's why the Regency that we're playing here is, of course, not exactly going by a historically accurate experience. Because, of course, people in the early 19th century couldn't really be openly gay and safe at the same time. But we're pushing that aside and letting people live out the lives that they want to. Some of us are questioning. Oh, really? I just go with personality and rest in peace on what gender they are. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are also still like figuring out their own sexuality and stuff, and I think that's totally normal. It takes a while to understand yourself. Sorry, I mentioned this yesterday, but my back has been such a disaster, and I don't know what the problem is. I keep having like Corey do that thing where he like picks me up and your back cracks. And I think it's helped a little bit, but I just feel like I need a chiropractor at this point. I haven't been to a chiropractor in years. Like, I went to a chiropractor pretty regularly when I was an undergrad because I couldn't stand up for more than like 30 minutes without my back hurting. So like walking around at a mall, awful. Doing any kind of walking, awful. It was just terrible. Cue all the royal historical figures on historians just saying they were good friends. Exactly. Oh my god. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Because half of the time, these cranky academics who are the ones that are like giving you horrible feedback are people who would say like, oh, they slept in the same bed for 30 years together. They were just good friends. Like, no. Do you read your sources? Stop making assumptions. Historians, we need help. We really need help. But yeah, I do want to try and make New Whitby a little bit more LGBTQ friendly. Because like I play New Whitby in a little bit more of like a realism area. But I don't like how that makes it then a little bit exclusionary, you know? So we've got some work to do, and like I'm very much a person who wants everyone to tell me when they see that I need work to do, you know? I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I know we've talked about feedback being problematic in the past, but I think that's an area where feedback is always important. In some parts of the world, homophobia remains prevalent. Yep, in a lot of places in America, it still remains very prevalent, which is very unfortunate. Thank goodness your community and the young generation are good. Yeah. I know, a lot of older communities are a completely different story. In France, the second son of the king, who was often a Duke of Orleans, was openly raised to be gay. Really, in order for him not to want to kill the king and take his place. That is super interesting. I didn't know that. And Louis's brother was walking in Versailles wearing dresses. Oh, I had no idea. That's super interesting. Hello, Loki Cat. How are you doing? So good to see you. You caught us in the midst of a crash, so we are reloading the game. As we do. I know. Had horrible relationships with his wives. I mean, I think there's a lot of reasons for that. Welcome back. Sorry about that again. Ugh. Dumb internet. My mom has been saying some stuff that's making me hopeful that she's softened about the gays after me coming out. Oh, Kira! That's so exciting! Well, I mean, I'm sorry that she wasn't, like, inherently, you know, supportive at first. But I'm really glad that she's starting to come around, that you guys are maybe going to be able to, like, repair that part of your relationship. That's really exciting. No, Russia was not pleased that we talk about LGBTQIA. Definitely not. Oh, Russia. But Russia doesn't own Twitch. This is true. No, but they can attack. That's fair. That's fair. Yes, welcome back. Thank you, Short Dark Flower. Oh, Mirasaki, welcome back. No worries. We had a little crash, so what a good time to come back. All right, let's go ahead and we didn't lose too much at the very least. Just some windows, some doors, stuff like that. All right, I think I used this window and yeah, that's right. I meant his second? Okay. Also, it came up while I was gone, but I love bragging about it whenever Mirai is mentioned. I'm the Naya that Queen Naya is named after? Oh my gosh! Murasaki, that's so cool! She's great. I love Mirai. Like, she's so welcoming to so many communities. She does her research. Like, she probably does more research for her Sims than I do, and I really, really respect that. As I'm sure a lot of you guys know and understand. I know, we did lose a good bit. I mean, I don't think we lost too much, though. To be fair, I started off and we already had invisible stuff, so... Yeah, she really is great. Have nothing but respect for her, honestly. I know, Justice has a little claim to fame. Lady Simmer, she was, like, one of her first subscribers. She was like one of her first like 25 subscribers or something like that. And so she thinks that's pretty cool, which I think is too. I got to that train a little bit late, so totally didn't ever save in my game. Really? Wanted to just rip out all of the builds and put my own that I like. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. She gave a tour of the family tree. Her family trees are incredible. Absolutely incredible. You got her save as well, just never use it. Yeah, I have never downloaded someone else's saves before. I don't know if that's something I would ever try. Let's see, is it this? Yes. There we go. Okay, see, we're not too far behind. We got this, folks. We got this. All right. There we go. And then we do the T on that save, though. Yeah, don't spoil it for anyone. Your parents are Arabs. They weren't inherently supportive of the LGBT. When I came out, it was very difficult for my dad, especially. My mom didn't have that much homophobia, and in her, anyways, pretty much gone immediately. Your dad had a hard time in the beginning. Well, I'm glad that, like, it sounds like things are a little bit better and they still, like, he loves you no matter what, which is really good. Omar, thank you for redeeming save. We're gonna go ahead and save. I think that's a great idea. You've got a really old Simsy save? I know Simsy has a save for, like, welcome back, folks. That was a long one. I do not know what's going on because Corey's not even like using Wi-Fi. I don't know if it's just like maybe this time of day there's a lot of people online, but that's just really frustrating. I'm very annoyed, but this is not new. Maybe I just need to adjust my bitrate. Like maybe I just have the bitrate too high. That's a possibility. I'll look into adjusting the bitrate after stream, and then we can see if that fixes it for next time. I'm just putting off calling Comcast because I don't want to. Because I know it's just going to be an absolute pain to deal with. But anyways, maybe you need to replace the modem. Maybe, I mean, I should call them and maybe we get a replacement because Penelope has knocked it off the counter a few times. Might be an issue because you do have Comcast. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I will see about having a replacement for the modem. I mean, maybe there's a better one we could get for streaming. I don't know. I don't know. We'll look into it. I've been saying that for a while, but like, I wanted to try out like upgrading our Wi-Fi a little bit first because I thought maybe we just didn't have enough like, I don't know, Penelope. The Penelope, oh my god. The cats, guys. We had such a night last night. I was so frustrated. So Ari, I don't know if you can see, but he got a little claw in like my eye bag right here. And I got a little scratch here. And then over here, I got some claws into the hairline as well. I redeemed save. I think I already saved, but I'm gonna save again just to be careful. And so I got so mad at one point that I just picked Ari up, moved him outside of the bedroom and shut the door, and then I fell back asleep. However, Corey did not. And he like was woken up by Ari loudly trying to break into the bedroom again. Yeah, he was a time. And this morning I was brushing my hair and I found a little claw in my hair. I was just like, what is this cat doing to me? Because Ari is frustrating and just like, yeah, hi T-Addict. We actually started a little bit later. We moved stream to 3 instead of 2 today because I slept in very late. I found good looking castles. Oh, that's exciting. Speaking of feedback, deep respect for feedback and constructive criticism. Yes, constructive criticism. Absolutely. Yeah, it's hard when feedback is given and it's explained like really vaguely and stuff, but it's best if you buy your own modem if you rent one. Yeah, I think we do rent one. That's a good idea. I'll look into it. I mean, I don't know. It just like, it gets so expensive. Although maybe we do have one. We have something. I don't know. Yeah, hi Beth. How are you doing? How are you feeling today? It's so good to see you. I just know I had to refresh the site a few times, but I'm glad you guys at least understand. Just went and made coffee and accidentally knocked some coffee grounds onto the floor. I did that. I did that 2 days ago and I kept forgetting to pick it up because I am a terrible human when it comes to cleaning. Okay, yeah, but I was making espresso and I just like knocked it all off onto the floor. It was a mess. It was an absolute mess. And it was like wet espresso and yeah, it was a whole thing. But yeah, thank you guys for all of your advice about the Wi-Fi situation. I didn't think it would be going on this long, considering the fact that I streamed for like a solid 2 months without having any issues. So I'm just a little bit like flustered at the moment. But I really appreciate all of your patience and understandings with stuff. Just a bit anxious because I have a busy couple of work days coming up. Aw, Beth, I'm sorry. I hope that things go smoothly and that you can at least like have a little break, have a little rest in between a lot of your work stuff. Yeah, leaving the house now, like after COVID, everything just seems so stressful. Like if I have to leave the house, I'm like, cool, my day is ruined. I hate leaving. Although I know it's good for me. I know I need to leave more. The one I bought when I did have Comcast was like $100. Oof. Yeah, that's expensive. I don't know. I know we probably should get one. I'm just not trying to spend $100. Move a window. Move the window right next to the wall. One tile to the left. This one? What we could do, because I want them to be kind of even. So we could do that. My apartment is mysteriously cleaner since Mr. Falafelot has been away. I'm sure that's how Corey feels about me. Hopefully it will be patched in a few days. Yeah, hopefully. Yes, that one? Okay, cool. Oh, are you using, Pixel, are you using Beth's? Or is that mine? Download folder. Hello, welcome back, John. Couldn't be bothered to shave. Explored my attic instead and found my grandfather's Winchester. It's a 1901 Winchester saddle ring. Whoa. That's so cool. Your house is really full of treasure. Like, absolute treasure. What a fun time. Beth's modern. Oh, you have mine too for Victorian Regency hood. Not there yet. How many ones are you working on right now, Pixel? Sounds like you have a couple different projects going on. It's a pet peeve of mine when windows are directly against walls. Yeah, I understand that. That's totally fair. I've added like 5 more things since I uploaded that folder though. Now I know how to get rid of the Karens. Oh, by like staring at them and not blinking? I hated it too because I hate spending money, but you shouldn't have to replace it. That's fair. It would be nice to have one. So since this is a small cottage, I'm just gonna do like the kind of plaster walls. All right, I think that'll do for now. Then let's get some floors. Maybe just some simple wood floorings like this. I'm rabidly picky about window placement. You're not the only one. Yeah, I'm honestly not. I don't know why. It just doesn't bother me that much, I guess. Need to share the lot I have for the whole wife. Oh, the one that has the insane trait. Because her daughter has the trait too. Really? Oh my goodness. Cue some historical medical issues. I mean, yeah, window placement is important. It's kind of funny because for someone who like clinically has OCD, like the traditional OCD, which is actually like OCPD stuff, just doesn't bother me. Of course, I'm rapidly picky about it. Everything. Yeah. It makes sense. I'm glad I have someone who's rabidly picky working on my downloads folder, and that it's not me. Alright, oh, I still need to have doors. I totally forgot. I got distracted. You guys distracted me and I forgot doors. Only one bedroom. Where are the beans gonna go? So for now, the beans would share their bedroom with the parents. This is just, there's not a lot of space. Like, we could technically break this into 2 rooms. Is this house for somebody in particular? It is! So it is for Latrice, which I believe is our lovely Desi, otherwise known as Stranger Than Sim Fictions, Simself. The baby shelf, floor boost. And so this is Latrice and her partner, soon-to-be husband, Alexander Lucas. So this is going to be the Lucas's cottage. We're calling it Hazelburn Head. Don't know why. It's just I chose a random name. All right, doors. Before I forget, let's get some doors. How about maybe just, these are kind of like barn doors. I don't mind those. Maybe, let's do this. So put that there and that there. Yeah, I'm not really feeling like sorting this into 2 rooms. It'd just be so crowded, you know? Like, I'm probably gonna regret that at some point, but we'll see. All right, and then we wanted some cows. Although I have a feeling this household is not going to be able to afford a whole lot. Charlotte has redeemed save. Thank you for redeeming save. We need that. Hello, Obliviate. Oblivate. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how I've been saying your name. I'm so sorry. I am doing well. How are you doing? We are building a little cottage, and I was thinking about making them have like some cows and a tiny orchard. The issue is we don't have a whole lot of money. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh, these were so expensive. Okay, well, we can afford 1 cow and 1 heifer. At least the heifers are a little cheaper. There we go. And now we have like literally no money for the house. Hannah Canada, hello, thank you so much for the follow. So happy to have you here with us today. What do you think of when teachers wake up from death? When teachers wake up from death. I don't know what you mean. What does that mean? You'll regret that if they have multiple. Yeah, I might. Multiple beans, I know. I'm hoping that they'll be able to raise enough money, at the very least, that we can afford another bedroom. Like, we could easily add another bedroom over here, you know? Yeah, Alex might have to get a job, for sure. Teachers waking up from death seems intense. I know. Also, hi, Hendrik. How are you doing? John has redeemed save. Man, you guys are really traumatized from that crash we had. I appreciate you looking out for me. Was wondering if you have a Tumblr website where you share your CC finds. So we have a Discord where a lot of people share their CC. I do have a Tumblr. I'm Victorian Simmer on Tumblr. But most of the stuff you'll find will be on my Discord, which you can find under like the About Me section and socials, or you can type in !Discord. A lot of us share like great historical stuff there. So I'm a teacher and cannot say I have ever woken up from death. What does that mean? Do you mean like a hangover? I'm very confused. Okay. When teachers wake up from death is when there's a serious issue that they just ignore for a long time and then notice nearing the end or at the worst time. Oh, okay. I would never have guessed that's what that meant. Do you mean like they ignore a student's issues? Because like I've seen that happen and it's pretty rough. Like one of the things that drove me a little bit batty about the program I've been in is that, like, you guys know we had 2 deaths in the family last semester. And like I was really struggling trying to get all of my work done because there was just so much personal stuff going on. And this professor waited until literally like the semester was 2 or 3 weeks from being over to be like, I'm very concerned about you. And I'm like, are you? I'm shocked. Should I put my IRL 1939 newspaper or my 1960s newspaper on display? Ooh, I would do 1939. That's really cool, like a week before World War II. When teachers ignore anything serious, especially if it has to do with academic performance. I think it's like, it's a little neglectful, you know, to completely ignore stuff like that. I think you all need better education systems. I've been a teacher for 7 years and all the teachers I know are amazing people. Yeah, that's not to say that there aren't bad teachers. I know, like, generally everyone I know in teaching at, like, the school level, like high school, middle school, elementary school, like, so many of those teachers are fantastic. The interesting thing about university teachers, however, is that they aren't really trained to teach. Like, you're trained to be a researcher, and then you end up teaching to pay the bills. So I can totally understand that happening at the university level, but like that's really bad that it's happening at like the high school level for you, Omar. I'm really sorry about that. Is that happening to you, or why are you asking? This lot reminds me of the Chaos House. The one where the kitchen burned down. Yeah. It's kind of similar in size and style. So that makes sense. Yeah, college uni professors are a completely different breed, for sure. John. My roommates are high school teachers and their issues they don't have enough time to give to struggling students. I know, and teachers are so underpaid too. Like, you don't have enough time to actually like focus on the students who need the extra work. And it's really at that point more of like an education system problem. Education is good. You hated typing that. I almost hated reading it. I had some pretty bad high school teachers who we called dinosaurs because they need teaching for 30, they've been teaching for 30 plus years and education training has changed. That's fair. That's totally fair, Beth. Like their information, everything was out of date. They were like the teachers who you would have to tell to move the cursor and like exit off of the spam at the bottom of a YouTube video. Like, yeah, those exist everywhere. Teachers at my school either wake up from death or another teacher sees their issue for them. Your school honestly sounds like a disaster. It also has a reputation for terrible pay and treating their teachers awfully. Yeah, I think there's a lot of systemic issues happening in your school, Omar, that are not your fault. And I hope you know that. Like, I know you've been struggling a lot, but like, just remember that it's not all your fault and that the education system oftentimes fails its students. So, but like, obviously you're a good student. Like, you're doing well. You got into university in, like, great programs and stuff. So, yeah, some experienced teachers are so good. Like, I had a few teachers who had been teaching for 20 to 30 years, and, like, they were my favorite humans in the world. So it's definitely a mixed bag. And also, it depends on how much that teacher really wants to actually, like, spend extra time learning about school, learning about teaching students in new and exciting ways, connecting with students. Like, there's a lot to it. You loved your math teacher. We were the last year of doing state testing, so it won't teach math, but I'll teach you how banks work. That is smart. That is very smart. And that is something that I very much did not learn while I was growing up. Like, we had a single finance class, just one finance class. And it was so bad, the teacher didn't actually teach us anything. He just, like, put on Dave Ramsey videos and had us watch Dave Ramsey videos. And that was our entire, like, economics education. I didn't learn anything about banking. I didn't learn anything about taxes. Like, I felt so unprepared for all of that after I graduated. It was really quite terrible. I loved all the English teachers. Yes, good English teachers are incredible. My least favorite one was a guy who came out to do a placement block as a student teacher from uni. That's fair. That's fair. Oh, I loved all my teachers in my last 2 years of school that conveniently were also the most important years. That's good. If you're going to love a teacher at some point, like, the last 2 years are when you really do need some good education and some good advice too. Because, like, teachers are also there to give good advice sometimes. I mean, they don't have to be, but that reminds me of my actual finance class. I don't remember. Yeah. Like, so many finance classes don't teach you the right stuff to actually survive. It's so frustrating. Like, the entire time it was just focused on how to get out of debt. Like, we weren't taught how not to be in debt. We were taught how to get out of debt. And it's just like, okay, well, what? Why are we starting this way? I feel like this isn't actually helping. You've had colleagues that taught for years and years, and they're one of two people. The first are cranky about learning new things, yep, and refuse. The second might be a bit hesitant but love their job enough to figure it out. Right, and it's also like, are they being paid enough to actually want to adjust and learn? Because sometimes you're just not paid enough and you're already exhausted, you're already overworked, and at that point, like, it's kind of hard to convince yourself that it's worth it, you know? So it's also like, it's kind of hard to even blame people on that side. I'm practicing, done with all my teachers right now, practically, and my administrators are on a whole other level of hatred and neglect. Yeah, school administrators are another breed entirely. I don't know. It's tricky. I'm sure it's a really hard job, and I don't understand what is required of it, but... Oh, move objects. It's like, why is that not going down? Still have the story of, Still have the story of when we were on the subject of World War II. Would live? Teacher just went straight. No, you'll die because you ask too many questions. Oh, Flower, I'm sorry. To be fair, I probably wouldn't survive either. Used to be an accounting major, Kelly, with economics minor, and taxes are still confusing. Taxes make no sense to me. They really don't. I just don't understand. Oh, yeah, asylums. Yeah, asylums in that era are terrifying. One tiny cottage can take you 2 hours to build on street. Shade! I know, I'm sorry. I am very slow at building. This is why we don't normally build on street. It's just so fun chatting to everyone. When I was studying education in uni, my favorite professor was this older woman who actually taught us how to realistically behave as a teacher in a realistic classroom. Oh, that's so valuable. You learned a lot from her tutorials. I can imagine. Model, because kids are like monkey see, monkey do. They are. They really are. That's really good advice. It is a really tough career. Heavily played down. Yeah, absolutely. And while dealing with 20 plus kids for 10 months and then on to the next. I don't know how the turnover, like, how do you even do the turnover? I would feel so emotionally crashed. And that's partially why I think that maybe me as a professor also isn't a good idea. Oh my god, we made our math teacher walk out and our geography teacher have a serious mental breakdown. John! What did you guys do? The school opened in 1991. Successful until 2019. After that, just proper disaster. Yikes. I know, I have so much respect for teachers. Like, I also come from a family of teachers. My grandma and my grandfather were both teachers. So I think they always really wanted me to be a teacher too. And I just want to write and play Sims. We'll see. We'll see. There are some different systems now that have a teacher stay with a class all the way through primary school. Are there really? That's super interesting. Or at least all the way through junior primary and then a different one. John, what what are you guys doing to these faculty? Oh yeah, Montessori schools do have a lower turnover. That's true. That's true, Rachel. I know, that's almost worse in some ways. The turnover is tough, but to be with the same group all the way through can be detrimental to everyone involved. That's fair. That's fair. And you don't get to experience like different teaching styles at that point as well, so it's a little tricky. Let's do maybe... No, that looks too modern. I'm not feeling that. Are there more colors of this? I would love it if there were more colors of this. Ah, of course there are. Bless. Okay, we'll do that one. Don't forget about the cows for their foods. Oh my god, I forgot about the cows. I 100% forgot about the cows. Yeah, I think Alexander's definitely gonna need to get a job. We could also use a fence so no one steals our precious cows. Okay. Mountain! Shady! Hello, Shady! How are you doing? Better late than never. You're not even that late. Don't worry. Don't worry at all. My hubby was at a school like that for a while. Oh, really? He was thriving under his teacher, but then they left and he got stuck with a guy who... Oh, mutual hatred. It's hard. Like, you're not going to bond with every single teacher that you have. Like, I've had teachers that I absolutely love, and I've had teachers who I swear are just out for me the entire time. And sometimes there's just no in between. Okay, high wooden trough. Let's do this one. And I'm gonna put these over here. Yeah, that is a lot. Then he had to move schools because he couldn't handle being with that guy for years. Oh, that's so hard. I hate when that has to happen. It's unfortunate he couldn't have just like changed teachers as opposed to like whole schools. That had to be really emotionally trying for him. I had some awful teachers who really singled me out. I know, I remember, I mean, okay, so like, I shouldn't have been texting in school anyway, but I did. And I remember I had this teacher who, instead of telling me to put my phone away, and this was in high school, she just like gossiped about me texting for like the next 3 periods to other classes. And I was just kind of like, why did you just not tell me to put my phone away? Why are you gossiping about me to other students? That was something that I just like could not understand, is teachers gossiping about their students. Like, I went to a small conservative school, and so that kind of stuff actually happened to a lot of students. Because, like, everyone knew everyone, you know? It's wild to me how that stuff can happen. Oh, he was a difficult student. Autism spectrum disorder. Yeah. In the 80s and 90s, schools were very difficult. Oh, that had to be so hard. That had to be so hard on him. I can't even imagine. All right, can we actually afford some water? We can. Okay. This is probably going to use like all of our money, but we're going to do it anyway. And we're going to put this right here. Oof. 10 simoleons. Oh my god, we have like no money. People are going to steal my cows. Do I have like a crazy cheap fence? Ugh. I haven't even done any landscaping. Guidance throughout internal assessments was non-existent. Ugh. Teaching material was bad. It's hard to come back when your teaching materials are so challenged. Like, we had that experience a lot. Ugh. Yeah, even like the cheapest fences are like 2 and 5 simoleons. I mean, I guess we could put the cows inside. Why don't we... Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get rid of the well. And we are going to get a water rock. Fetch water rock. Perfect. And now I got a memory you guys might like. Since my name is an alcoholic drink, most jokes were connected to that. Oh no! Though one teacher had me and another kid with the same name, so cue a coworker, thinking the teacher drank 2 drinks while on the job. Oh my gosh, that would be crazy. So I can't remember if I've told this story about growing up or not before, but we had a cat named Kalua when I was a kid. And so I just have to like think back to my childhood as like a 1st grader, as like an 8-year-old coming to school and talking about Kalua. Like, I hung out with Kalua all day. Or like, I got to pick up Kalua. Like, stuff like that. I wonder if my teachers ever were kind of like, is she okay? Do we need to like contact her parents? Like, why is this child involved with alcoholic beverages? All right, how much is this? You're 8 simoleons. That's not bad. We could do this one though. I'm gonna see how this looks with everything. Oh, I also didn't replace, I don't know if we're gonna have enough money to actually replace stuff. Oh, no worries, John. No worries. I don't remember what we were talking about though. Ugh, that's already 56 simoleons. Okay, I don't like this color. We're gonna go with this one. There we go. That's so much better. Okay, but we're also going to have to buy... Oh, look, we can actually... I'm gonna turn snap objects off. My Sims 4 game just crashed. Oh no, Murasaki, I'm so sorry. And move objects off. Perfect. Okay, we actually have our cows. That's good. As a teacher, it breaks my heart every time hearing of the kids who slipped through the cracks. It's unfortunately inevitable because we were stretched so thin. But most of us try so hard. You've cried over the times worrying about my kids. Aw, Pixel. That has to be so hard. Jolie has redeemed save. Thank you, Jolie. I appreciate that. I don't know how you do it, Pixel. It has to be so hard. You have to be so exhausted. And I'm sure you're so invested as well. Oh gosh, do we not have enough money for laundry? I don't think we have enough money for laundry. Okay, well we have this one. We have this drying rack we could use. So we could place that like here. Ash storage barrel. Laundry rock. Okay, so we could clean our clothes against this laundry rock. Which obviously isn't ideal, but I think that's the only thing we can afford right now. Yeah. So this activates the laundry mod. Does the drying rack activate the laundry mod? I don't know. We'll put that down too, just to make sure. Even though I had some awful teachers who should have chosen another career, I had a lot of great teachers too. I know. The thing is about good teachers is that good teachers will change your life in the best possible way. They can help you discover your passions. They can help, like, provide emotional support that you're not getting at home. Like, teachers are just absolutely incredible. And, like, I think back to so many of my good teachers that I had growing up. Often. Like, I really do. Oh, sorry, Pixel. No worries. I probably did, but I missed it. You need to start getting money. I have the utmost respect. Yeah. I don't think I could do it either. Your Sim's wife just died? She starved to death? Oh my god. Hendrik. The drama. Are you going to try and save the Sim? Are you gonna plead for them? Sometimes I don't think I can do it either. Aw, I don't blame you. It's such an emotionally invested job. Alright, so I think we're actually ready to play. So you two, since you're living together, I think it might be a good idea to actually have you get married. Oh my gosh, this house is barren. Maybe we should get rid of this? And then we can at least, like, buy a bookshelf. You did plea, you weren't successful. Oh my gosh. The drama, the absolute drama. All right, let's get ourselves a little bookshop. Or a little bookshelf. We'll put it right here. They are a lot more common than bad teachers. That's definitely true, Omar. Okay. Maybe we can afford a table? Back in 10? No worries, Beth. Enjoy your shower. I don't actually know if we can afford a table, but I'm kind of thinking of trying. So we could do one just like this. Can put that there. And then I have some... Oh, thank you. Thank you, Charla. Yeah, it's a little empty. It's a little barren, but we at least have the cows. We don't have any, Oh, shoot. We need a phone. That's actually kind of an issue. So we could take a phone and put it here and then only use this half. She died already after killed by her brother-in-law. She got resurrected, killed her brother-in-law after coming back from the dead, and now all of this bloodshed for nothing? Oh my god. Hendrik. That sounds like a soap opera. Oh, and Sir Falafelat has redeemed save. Thank you so much. I'm going to place some chairs, and then we'll save. We're going to use these chairs that I use everywhere. Oh, I'm gonna have to fix that. Oh wait, I was going to just place them here. Okay. I think you go there. And put one right here. Let's see if that... Perfect. They fit. Alright, good. Have to head out now. No worry, Murasaki. Sorry you didn't get to actually see any, like, content. Just the house building. But it was good to see you while we could. Simmer Mike, hello. What year, century are you playing in? So we are playing in the Regency era. So this is about, like, roughly 1795 to, like, the 1830s. My gameplay is an endless roller coaster and I love it. It sounds like one. It really does. Alright, so we are popping into this household with some nice rain. It's a rainy day. And it is time to have these two actually maybe get married. Oh, look at them. How cute. Have you been building this whole stream so far? So I haven't missed any happenings. Exactly, Shady. We've been building the whole time because I'm very slow building on stream. Because I get distracted. Yes, hello, Simber Mike. How are you doing? We're so happy to have you with us today. Alright. You're engaged? Did that happen? Wait, did she say no? Did I miss it? Am I losing my mind? Okay, let's try now. Yeah, we did have a crash as well. So there is that. It was a pretty early crash too. So to be fair, I haven't been building, I guess, like the entire time, but all right, cool. So we are engaged. I know. We had some invisible stuff literally right off the bat. All right, so that actually really helped both of their aspirations. We're not gonna throw you guys a party. I'm sorry about that. Maybe it's a little harsh, but you don't really have any money. So, oh my gosh, Alexander's sick with the flu? Oh shoot. That's not good. Already the flu? Where did you even get the flu from? Where did you get the flu from? You were fine literally 5 seconds ago. Okay, well, once she uses the bathroom, sick and want to get married quick. I'm trying. Outside marriage pregnancy? I know. I mean, the thing is, like, rumor isn't so much a big deal in the pauper and lower class, considering the fact that why do we keep, guys, come on. Why are you not listening to me today? Considering the fact that they're, like, in the lower class. If they were in the upper class, of course, this would be, like, a proper scandal, because Latrice is actually already pregnant. Yes, we know he's sick with the flu. Welcome back, folks. Sorry about that. You didn't miss much. Hopefully you got to actually see the wedding. At least what there was of the wedding. I know, thank you guys for being so patient with the Wi-Fi stuff while we work it out. I really do appreciate it. Alright, maybe we'll have Latrice actually cook some food. I can easily play Sims all day too. I know, right? Like, so many of us will post in the Discord like, oh look, I've been playing for 7 straight hours. Oops. Although, let's be real, my game would crash a few times by then. So... I know, like, really, is there any other way? Although, I normally play in, like, 2 to 3 hour increments. Because, like, my eyes just get really tired. Alright, Alexander, I know you're sick, but oh shoot, we have to buy hay. Oh my god, this is not gonna go well. You need to go and help my mother. A mirror above the parlor fireplace came crashing down. Oh my god, good luck with that. I hope no one gets hurt. Stay safe. Simmer Mike, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate your presence here today. It's 3:45 p.m. and I started playing at like 9 a.m. So yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad that you get to spend so much time doing that. So she is Latrice Lucas now. Yep, she is Latrice Lucas now. So I do need to go in and fix their name. Okay, and then let's get some water from this rock. So fill the water trough. Oh. And fill the food trough. I really am so intrigued by John's life at this point. I'll remind you for the 5th time. I'm thinking maybe later today I might play the Chaos House, you know, with all the sim selves, because I haven't played that in a few days. I don't get too often anymore because I'm either not feeling great, tired, or busy. I know, I get really tired too. Oh look, he actually wants to have a baby. And so sometimes I just can't play for more than a few hours. I know you're sick, but go feed the animals in a thunderstorm. Oh, look at all of our neighbors here. We have Paul. This is Beth's hubby. And is this Beth too? I think that's Beth. Let me see. Yeah. We have Paul and Beth. So we have T-Addict and her hubby. And look, we even have Omar, the hot butler. Hello, hot butler. How are you doing? I am sick. Must splash and puddle in the rain. Yep. That's how life goes here. And Latrice, since you're not actually sick, why don't you make some friends? I mean, these aren't exactly people in your social class. Remember, we have their middle names? Oh, that's right. I'll need to fix that. I haven't actually added their middle names. Alright, so we're meeting Beth, which is good. Why don't you also meet Omar as well? I mean, look at them hearting after each other. At the very least, like, they're not probably going to be divorced. Oh, Paul. Is Paul a romance sim? Dude, why are you flirting with everyone but your wife all the time? All right, Latrice. Oh, he's gonna get Beth sick as well. Shame Beth is missing this. I know he's a knowledge sim. Like, why does Paul keep flirting with people and everyone saves? I really don't understand why he's doing this. Oh, Omar's sick. Everyone in this hood is sick. We have a little bit of a plague going around, don't we? And we have the mysterious glowy orb above her. I still don't know what that's about. We're not letting you in, Paul. You've done enough. You've done enough here. We don't need you. I know he's been doing this in every Chaos House and hood. That or fighting everyone. Well, it's funny because Paul normally flirts with everyone and Beth normally fights everyone. So everything is good. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, John. Unless we want to roll for a different middle name for Beth. Bethany Yvette. Oh, that's pretty. I mean, I don't think we have to, like, re-roll. I'm not worried about it. I do want to get a little gameplay in today, so I'm inclined to fix up their middle names off stream when I fix their, like, their household name as well. Nah, it's fine. Alright. So you're probably hungry still. Glue and frame holding mirror lost hold with age. I mean, that's fair. Like, glue can't hold up a whole lot of stuff, you know? So Beth is actually having a little conversation with Alexander. What are you guys up to? You gonna play a game? Oh, you're gonna play some kicky bag. Okay, I suppose I can let that happen. Oh, so it does look like Latrice and Alexander, they're actually both family sims, which is pretty nice. I'm just joking about Beth and Kira having the same middle name. Oh, do they? I didn't even realize that. Because we named her Latrice. Oh. I'm trying to remember. Okay, sorry. Stranger Than Sims Fiction. Desi has redeemed Woohoo. No, but we have an actual ghost. That's fair. Oh, her middle name is Grace. Okay, gotcha. Shadow called it. Redeem. I mean, she's already pregnant, but we can have them Woohoo too. The issue is we just, like, he's ill. And if we have them Woohoo, like, we might have a bit of a problem. And Kira is Kira Grace. Oh, got you, got you. So they'll be middle name twinsies, for sure. All right, well, you're still hungry because you're pregnant, so I guess eat more. And then I'll let you guys have a little woohoo. She might miscarry. I hope not. Wouldn't that be something if she miscarries and Alexander, like, straight up dies from the flu? My God, what tragedy. Let's hope that doesn't happen. All right, and then I need to see, do you have any skills? Okay, so you're actually in the slacker career. I think since you came to us with that career, I'm okay with him keeping it. What do you guys think? Should we let him keep the slacker career, or should we give him one of the proper, like, lower class careers where you don't make much money? What do you guys think? Let me know. Because he could be, like, a costermonger, he could work in a pottery factory. Hush, Christina might be called in by the lore of that tragedy. Oh my God, she might. That's true. I'm so happy to be there for this. Yes, it's your sim, I know. Oh, Short Dark Flower, you need to decorate more of the Prince and Duke Duchess home. I have no CC. Well, it sounds like you need to get some CC. So he wants to become a captain hero. Pottery? Yeah, I don't think Captain Hero is necessarily, like, in his social range because they're technically paupers. Do you think he could be a cop? I mean, or a knight? They're just like so poor. Like, I just don't know, like, logically if he could get a job, right? Like, the household worth isn't even 10,000 simoleons. Already have my own drama within the story of each family. Nice. That's true. That's good. I mean, I expect nothing less from you. He can do pottery. Yeah, I think we should switch to pottery. Although, the thing is, he'll only make 30 simoleons a day. So, like... that's not great. It just depends on how much social mobility we want the family to have, you know? So if we want them to have more social mobility, potentially move up in the social class, in the social sphere, then maybe... oh, and now Latrice is sick, of course. I don't think they actually woohooed, did they? I think I got distracted. All right. Why don't... see, he should be a cop. Okay, maybe we make him a cop. I'm okay with that. Like, we have a lot of really poor Sims in this neighborhood, and I don't mind. I'm not worried about social mobility. I'm worried about buying a crib. That's true. Oh my god. I bought a table before I bought a crib. That was actually pretty dumb. Only wholesome family is the Vetor. Really? That's the wholesome family in your neighborhood? That is super interesting. I feel like the Vetors are never... oh my god, literally everyone is sick. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. Well, at least these two are having a nice little canoodle. Had a little makeout. Their first one, apparently. They're already pregnant, and that was apparently their first makeout. That's a whole mood. Whole mood right there. Where's a genie's lamp when you need one, right? Maybe some of their children could be servants to the upper class. And some of their pays goes to their parents. That's not a bad idea. I know, this is Generation 1. Like, we don't need a plague yet. How did this even happen? We better get that village apothecary going for sure. It's a little dire at the moment. Just finished decorating one house that I had started even a bit before the stream started. Oh my goodness. Okay, see, I'm not the only one who takes a long time to decorate and build. I have 24 single Sims. That's a lot. How big is this neighborhood? Do you know? Okay. You're done. I don't know if you just made out or if you actually had a woohoo. But your needs are a little bad. So let's make some mutton stew. Vitor is currently wholesome because even the other noble has drama. Oh, medical passing through their mother. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. How did this happen, Kristen says, ignoring her 6 Sims so they never get better and keep infecting people? Like the train? No, I'm just thinking, like, how many Sims do you have in your neighborhood? Are you starting a new one? Or just replacing stuff? Oh, do we don't have space? Oh dear. Maybe we just make some beef tea then. 24. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Oh, so they're all single then. Interesting. And then a couple apartment residents got spawned. Okay, I see. I see what you mean. Alright, you guys should maybe leave the sick house. So you... I mean, you're both sick already. So... I know. Day 1 and we already have a plate issue. Oh god, her needs are so bad. Okay, your needs are also terrible. Please stop playing kicky bag until you die. And instead take care of your needs. And then go to bed. Oh, wait, that's Omar. I'm talking about Alexander. Oops. I started them all off single so they can mix and match and go from there. Oh, that's actually kind of fun. Because then you can see like who naturally has chemistry with each other. And John has redeemed check sim needs. So I have enough queued for Alexander. So I'm not worried about him. I am a little bit worried about Latrice. So we're going to send her to bed. Yep, Pixel, are you gonna use like sim selves? Or are they just sims you've like pookleted? Tell us more. I wish there was a mod for scanning for who on the lot is sick. It can be very hard to keep track, can't it? That would be great, Shady. If someone could make that, I would love that, for sure. The 24 are all made right now. I just pookleted them. But next generation, maybe. That could be fun. That could be fun. Summon all 24 Sims to one lot and let ACR take the wheel. I mean, that's pretty much what Maxie did, right? Okay, Beth, go home. Please go home. You're ill. Where are you? Oh, we're throwing things away. That's fine. I suppose you can do that. All right. Let's have you go inside, put the food away, and then go straight to bed. I wanted to do something similar, but I'm too lazy to create that many Sims. I know, it takes a while. Reload the lot to get the notifications. That's true. At least on this lot, there's only literally 2 Sims. So, like, it's not quite as bad, right? Ooh, like a pregnancy scanner, a sickness scanner. Yes. Yeah, and you get some fun couples for sure. Absolutely. All right, you should be going to bed. Okay, perfect. And these guests are finally leaving. Bye, Beth. Bye, Omar. It was good to see you. I'm sorry you're ill. Oh, we have a bathroom emergency. Once you're done, please go back to sleep. And how is Latrice doing? I think we're gonna have to get her up and get her to eat. So maybe get up and have some food. Are they sick? Yes, they're dying. What do you think? I thought of doing that, but so far I've just let them kind of meet and mingle. Organically, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I've literally only played all of The Sims 1 day, and then a few of them are a rotation each. My rotations are 4 days long. I do like 3 to 4 day rotations too. What I also discovered late in the game is that your Sims can have multiple diseases simultaneously. Wait, really? That's kind of terrifying. I don't think my Sims would survive that. I really don't. Imagine, your Sim has the flu and food poisoning. That would just have to be like instant death, right? Like, surely they wouldn't live very long in that scenario. All right, and then we can put that back away, use the bathroom, and then go back to bed, and then I'll have you take care of some of the laundry situations once you wake up in the morning. I guess I should have given them a trash can so they don't have to keep going outside to throw away the tea. Oh, I'm also gonna save because I have trauma. I had a Sim have a cold and the flu. It was annoying. I didn't have any mods then though. That sounds awful. That sounds so awful. Or like, imagine like the flu and pneumonia. Oh my God, what a mess. I know, that pause was really sus. I don't know why it paused like that. I think I'm actually getting to the point. So my computer's a little hot. So I think it just needs some to be cleaned out. But we need to buy like better tools to actually like open up the laptop because like the little bits aren't exactly the right size that we have. Ah, thank you, Pixel. It's not my best work. Like I normally like to decorate more than this, but we have like no money. Cat hairs in the fan. Yes. So much cat hair. Cat hair is everywhere. I recently cleaned out the cat's water bowl. We have like an electric water bowl that like drips out because cats like running water. A fountain. A water fountain. That's what I mean. Apparently I forgot the term for a water fountain. But I was just like cleaning and I was like, why is there so much fur in this water fountain? What are the cats doing? Sticking their whole paws in it? Yes, I mean, they do. We play a game with our cats called Is This Poison? Where Penelope will go up to any water and just dip her paw in. She'll just go very slowly, like dip her paw in, sniff the water, and then stick her head in to lick it. And so we're always like, oh, is this poison? Or is it not poison? She has very many colony cat behaviors that she never got rid of, apparently. Electric water bowl sounds like a bad idea. It does, doesn't it? That actually sounds like a terrible idea. I'm hoping my computer just needs a good cleaning. It's amazing what compressed air can do to reviving your computer. Like, I straight up a year ago thought I was going to have to send my computer in for repair because it was overheating. And then we just took it apart and cleaned everything inside and like, bam, it worked like butter. So it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Your cat growing up did that too, Surfalafalot? She would also pick her food up in her paw, bite kibble sometimes. Oh my God! Just like pick up a little kibble, eat the little kibble. Oh, that's so cute. That reminds me of the cat we had growing up, Kahlua. And so my parents thought it was fun to give her ice cream because she loved ice cream. So they'd give her like a teeny tiny little spoonful of ice cream. And she would dip her paw in the ice cream and then lick her paw and then dip her paw in the ice cream and then lick her paw. It was like a whole thing. It was so cute. I mean, I know now that we probably should not have given her ice cream because cats can't digest milk, but it was cute as a kid. My desktop definitely needs a clean. It's so satisfying. I love cleaning it out. And like you blow the compressed air in and you just watch dust like poof, just come out in little puffs. It's 2 p.m. now, meaning it's now sewing machine and typewriter time. Enjoy, John. It was so good to have you with us. Have a great rest of the day if we don't see you. Your dog does this. She grabs food in her mouth, walks semi far away, and then starts to eat. So Penelope, it's not that she just like puts it in her paw and then eats it. It's that she takes a gigantic mouthful of food. Like, whole mouth is just like, grabs as much as she can, drops it on the floor, and then eats from the floor. Oh, look at that. We've popped into a new trimester. I have to use a vacuum, unfortunately, just because I don't have compressed air. Oh, gotcha. I mean, it's not that expensive. It just comes in little, like, cans, like, from the office supply stores. So we got ours in, like, a pack of 2. I wonder how a vacuum would work, though. I honestly hadn't even thought of using the vacuum. That's an interesting idea. Oh, we are starving. That's not great. The baby will be born Thursday at 8 a.m. Okay, fantastic. So we have a little bit of time for our baby to marinate in there with Latrice. And Desi, are you still here? Did you have any baby names you wanted us to use? Or should we just pick some Regency names? Because I can just pick some Regency names, but if you have any names you want, just let us know. I know you're starving. Why don't you go ahead and get some beef tea while your husband is cooking, especially since I don't know if he's cooking a group meal or not. I hope he is. It looks like he is. Are you making stew at 7 a.m.? And it's immediately spoiled. That's good. Maybe we don't eat that. Just a thought. You have one for a boy? Cool. Okay. Maybe just eat some more beef tea. I'm sorry it's not a whole lot of food. Yeah, I don't know if he just started cooking something that, like, had started cooking later in the night. I don't know. That was really weird. That's happened a few times to me. I don't think it's a glitch, but I guess it could be. You're definitely gonna need to eat some more things. Why don't you read a children's book? Bartholomew. Oh, that's such a cute name. Okay, we can name him Bartholomew if you have a boy. I'm on a roll today. Just dropped a packet of bread on the floor as well. Oh my gosh. Oh no, it's gonna be one of those days. I'm so sorry, Beth. Sometimes you do just have those days, right? Yeah, if you have any middle names, we also use middle names too. I mean, it's not really cheap either. That's true. Yeah, I mean, you do have to be picky, especially with the baby coming and everything. All right, and then the cows still have their food, so they're doing okay. Oh gosh, her needs are bad. How are you still starving? You just ate. You just ate the beef tea. All right. Maybe we'll have Alexander do a little bit of the laundry situation. We also don't have enough money to actually buy soap. So that's kind of unfortunate. Ooh, Larissa. That's a pretty name. It's kind of like Latrice, Larissa, you know? I like it. That's pretty. Okay. And then you can grab that laundry as well. Also, I forgot again, but we were supposed to do the random occurrence scenario on Monday. So why don't we take a pause and we'll pull up the random occurrence scenario and do the Ross. I do believe you have a townie named Bartholomew. Oh, I do. I don't know if it matters though. Like, I'm pretty sure we do, but I'm okay if we wanted to also name a baby Bartholomew. It might be a little confusing, but we'll see. Yeah, Bartholomew Alexander. Oh well. Alright, I'm opening up the Ross as we speak. Regency challenge. And there we go. I would name a cat Bartholomew. So I have a friend in my PhD program who has a dog named Bartholomew, and I love it. She calls him Tholly. Oh, it's so cute. He is the cutest dog. I love him. I think my brain is like, bleh on build. I feel that. That's a whole mood sometimes. You were just throwing it out there. Yeah, I appreciate you remembering that because I did not Pixel. Because Mew. Oh, Bartholomew. Mew. That's so cute. Okay, I'm getting distracted by pets already. All right, so. No, I was suggesting Bartholomew Alexander for a boy. Oh, gotcha. Been giving heirs their father's names? That's true. Okay, that makes sense. I don't mind that. Do you want Wayne? Okay, Wayne's also cute. Bartholomew Wayne. Praying for a good Ross. I know, right? Okay, let's give it a go. Okay, we just got this one yesterday, so I'm going to re-roll. Roll 6, challenge 5. Highwayman, your eldest teen child. Okay, well, we don't have a teen, so we're gonna re-roll again. Man, the Ross is struggling today. Okay. We also just got this one. Am I gonna have to start using something else? Because I feel like we've been rolling everything the same recently. So, I mean, I can take a look and see if we have someone we're like really not friends with. You don't like Joanna Blackwood, which is interesting. I mean, yeah, it's not the worst Ross. We don't have anyone that we really have negative relations with. Yeah, there are some really good ones. It's just we keep getting the same ones. Invite over the dog. They leave. I've tried inviting over the cats and they just leave. So, you have an auntie, Larissa. It's her 30-year wedding anniversary today. Oh my gosh, congratulations to her. That's so wonderful. All right. Roll 5, challenge 2. Your eldest single male sim must go on as many bad dates. Why do we keep rolling the worst Rosses? None of this works for us. Party animal. You must host a party every night of the rotation. Okay, do we go with this one or re-roll again? Because we've also had this one. I know. This is driving me crazy. What is happening? A drought. Oh, shit. A drought! No collecting water for the rest of the rotation? We're gonna lose our cows. We are 100% gonna lose our cows. That's actually terrible. We should have just gone with the parties. Oh no, the cows. Well, you wanted a new one. I wonder, does it count if we request like to get some water from other Sims? Like if someone gifts us water, does that count? Do you have any nice Ross outcomes? Apparently not. I've added some benign ones, but we just keep getting the same ones over and over again. Beth, have you found I'll spend points to reroll again. Have you found that doing it like differently, like adding them all under just one big list, has that been working better for you? Is there a water store? No. Nope. We have absolutely no way of getting water. I tried that with the fire tea. They just have to suffer. Yeah. Well, this is unfortunate. We're also going to... I'm glad we've decided to give Alexander a job then. So we were going to... I just roll a random number between 1 and 100 and I like it way better. I might have to start doing that. Because this has been causing me some issues. So let's get him a job in law enforcement. You're not gonna cheat to save cows when you let my house burn? Shadow's still bitter. Alright, so at least we're getting a job. Except the toilet. You'll have to autonomously get rid of the plumbing. Oh my god, no. I don't think that the chamber pot counts. So, I am going to let them use that. What I am gonna do is I'm going to put the bathtub in Alexander's inventory so we don't use that. My god, what a disaster. Kinda glad I don't have the Ross in my game, though I enjoy it here. Yeah, it's fun for cinematics, but I don't normally play it like in New Whitby either and stuff. Wouldn't they slaughter before the cows died? Yes. Shady. You are brilliant. 5 stars for Shady. We're gonna slaughter some cows. Hi, Joe. Oh my gosh, so glad to catch you today. How are you doing? We just rolled a pretty bad Ross, so we are not allowed to use any water. All right, Latrice. I know you're pretty miserable. I will let you do a little bit of reading. Dirty dishes for all. We should get rid of the sink, too. Oh my god, I hate this so much. Wait, she has 9 water buckets in her inventory. Guys, we don't have to slaughter the cows. Oh, you're still sick? I'm sorry, Joe. And look, she even has like jars of soap. So maybe we could do laundry after all. Oh my gosh. Wow, we really lucked out. A+ for Latrice actually having water in her inventory. If it rains, maybe able to use the sink for a few hours. I like that idea, Sir Falafalot. I know, that's super handy. I'm the one getting sicker, was up to 3 AM coughing. Oh no, Joe. I'm so sorry to hear that. I really hope you feel better soon. I know that's really frustrating. It is fall, so I don't know if we'll be having a lot of rain though. So maybe you can also collect some dung while you're at it, Alexander. I know you're still technically sick, but should test again. Are you COVID positive, Joe? All right, we're just gonna let the phone ring, I think. Let's put it in silent mode. We'll screen calls. Now you have your own internet issues? Aw, Flower, I'm sorry to hear that. Your husband was. Okay, so if your husband was, like, you probably have it. And your kids, I'm imagining. Which is stressful. You've done rapid tests, both negative. Yeah, that's so tricky because, like, if you don't test at the right time, like, oh my gosh, his hygiene is already, like, not good. Same with her. Okay, you need to make some food. Desperately. Let's make some corned beef sandwiches. At least we don't need water for that. Oh, hello, dog. Hardimos. That's an interesting name. Look at him doing some bird watching. Okay, hi, sorry back. We're back. Sorry about that, folks. Thank you so much for your patience. We are going to look into some solutions later because this is driving me absolutely bonkers. But yeah, we've been having some Wi-Fi issues recently. So if the stream goes down, it's not just you, it's whatever is wrong with my Wi-Fi at the moment. Alright, and then we're gonna put that away and I'll let you get back to reading. Latrice, how are you doing? You're just starving absolutely all of the time because you're pregnant. Aw, Desi, that's so sweet. I appreciate you guys. I mean, honestly, I couldn't ask for a better community. You're also very patient and understanding. All right. Beth, you're not streaming today, are you? Do you normally stream on Sundays? I don't think so, right? Just like every odd Sunday. Every so often. Nope, okay. It's Monday. It's Sunday in America. Yeah, it's Monday for you guys. That's so crazy to me that you guys are like literally a full day ahead of us.
You only stream Monday morning if I miss my Sunday stream. Gotcha. Okay, okay, yeah, you normally stream on Sunday in Australia. Okay. I know Beth and Joe are in the future. But I have to leave for work in like 15 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I was like, why are you going to work? It's the weekend. Nope, it's not the weekend. And shady. Okay. Alright. You're still hungry? I cannot keep her full. I really cannot keep her full. Alright, at least we're starting to take care of his fun needs. I know, we can't wash the dishes. Oh, wait. Did I forget to put the sink up? I totally thought I put the sink up. Let's put this in Alexander's inventory. Oh, we have 2 sinks. That's the issue. Okay, there we go. No washing dishes. Sorry, I totally forgot that I hadn't put that away. I accidentally cheated a little bit. Crusader Kings 3 is also chaos. That's fair. I'm always listening to your stories when everyone in chat in Discord is talking about Crusader Kings, and I'm just like, what is this game? This sounds absolutely wild. Okay. Do you need to eat more? No, I think it's time for you to go to bed. I wish we had a community lot with a function for bathing. That would be really nice. I know the pregnant sim is sick too. Everyone is sick right now. It's just, it's going swell, guys. It's going so swell. This household is not a proper disaster. I do want Alexander to fill this in because it drives me crazy. I know, Plague 2.0. I think we're gearing up for maybe a cholera plague in my Victorian save. I should have done cholera before tuberculosis technically, but I didn't think that maybe New Whitby would survive long enough to have multiple plagues, but here we are. I know, a community bathhouse would be cool. I think first we need to make sure we have a market though. Yeah, we are building a bathhouse for Middyville, which is exciting. Maybe I'll wait and see how Beth does hers, and then I'll be like, we'll catch some inspiration from her build of some description. Oh man, we have bills to pay. That's not good. Oh, you're going to work sick. I mean, that's not great, but we gotta pay the bills. It's probably gonna be for peasants. Gotcha. That makes sense. So it won't be like super fancy. Are you getting up? Yeah, you're getting up for work. Okay, and then I'm gonna get you up. Use the chamber pot, get some more food because I just can't keep you full. I'm going to be lurking. Oh, no worries, Desi. Enjoy your lurk. Happy to have you. Oh, I am really feeling... Look, she's like, please buy a shower or tub. I beg of you. This is awful. Oh, look, we have a skunk as well. All right. And then you're probably going to need a second sandwich just based on how your needs have been going. So I'm just going to queue up a second sandwich. Hopefully the dishes... I mean, they'll throw the dishes away if they can't wash them, right? So, like, in theory, we can still have this stuff taken care of. Yeah, she needed that second one. This poor girl. Although, at least, I feel like their life here is probably still a little bit better than their life at the Blackwoods, because the Blackwood household is so full at the moment, and there were so many kids. Alright, let's get a little candle in here. If they're very sloppy, they can lick them and gain a bit more hunger. Oh, really? I don't actually know. Oh, she's pretty sloppy. We can lick clean. We'll clean that one up. Oh my god, that's terrible. Now here's a random history fact. Roman bathhouse, mainly in the pipes or river, I forget, had hundreds of baby skeletons. What? They figured it was because of the whole bathhouse for night. Oh my god, that's terrifying. I didn't know that. I always get my sloppy sims to lick plates. I never do. I honestly forget it's a function half the time. I know, yeah, it's a little dark, isn't it? Yeah, that's super interesting. Okay, use the chamber pot once more. And then let's have you read some books for fun, because your fun is just tanked. Alexander gets home at 2 a.m. Hopefully he gets home with a promotion, because God knows we could use the money. Like, desperately. Man, everyone is gonna be so smelly in this lot. What a mess. What an absolute mess. I mean, they were the one that killed a plant because it was a good way to make sure no babies were made. Killed a plant. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure interesting is the word I'd use. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think the word interesting could be a little loaded there. Okay. And I just can't keep her fun up. I mean, we have literally no decor in the whole house. So there's not even anything she can, like, go look at. Yes, I know, you need hygiene. I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do about it. But let's send you to bed. Yeah, I see you're coughing. They kept using seeds? Okay. Okay, Alexander did not get a promotion, but that's okay. It was just his first day of work. You can't really blame him. Why don't you sit down and have a little read so you don't cough and die? A very loaded, interesting, right? Right? Used it to extinction, I'm guessing. Yeah, that makes sense. All little dude is pushing into your ribs today. I'm so sorry to hear that, Pixel. I can't imagine how uncomfortable every day must feel towards the end of pregnancy. Alright, alright, let's just speed this up just a touch, and then we can send you to bed. There we go. Latrice, how are you doing? Alright, it's 4 a.m. It's a little bit early, but why don't we go ahead and get you up? Use the water closet and get some leftovers. 38 weeks. We're so close. Meanwhile, Jelly. Bongo, bongo, bongo. Mine is a pillow. Oof. Oof. Beth's just getting kicked and you're turning into a giant plushie. Alright, we have one sandwich left that'll have to do for now. And we just have like a day and a half until the baby comes. We'll clean that up. Man, this house is so small. Like, there's no one here. I got so used to playing those bigger households that now I'm just like, why is there no one here? There's nothing to do when one of them is asleep and one is at work. Okay, you can use that. Lick that clean. Are you going to lick that clean? No, you're just cleaning that one up. That's okay. That'll be fine. How are the animals? The animals do need some food. So once you use the bathroom, why don't you do some reading, actually? Excited, but also like, nope, you stay in there as long as you can. Let's read some drama books. Try to distract ourselves from the constant smell of not being able to use any water. Okay, so you can do that. Oh, looks like we just popped into another trimester. That's exciting. Avoid the birth stories. Oh, yeah. I feel like if I get pregnant, I'm going to just constantly, like, compulsively be researching birth stories. And I'm going to freak myself out every 5 minutes. Alright, why don't you pay the bills? Let's buy, like, 5 hay bales. And fill the food trough. Your wife is gonna have to fill the water trough, though. I'm not super worried about the birth. I'm just not ready to let go of being pregnant. Oh, that's so sweet. I will block my ears and say la 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 and just let it happen with my eyes shut. Yeah, that sounds about right. Although, I don't know. There are no there's no bales of hay? Did you not buy any? Did you not buy any? Are you dying? Are you good? We good, fam? Everything okay? Latrice, how you doing? Alright, let's make some food. Serve some toast. You don't stick to one family in your history dives? That's fair. I'm more of a one family kind of person when it comes to my history dives. Like, I will flesh out a person's entire family and just go a little bit ham with it. Alright, let's fill the food trough. Do you need any skills for work? No, you're okay, I think. We could let you have a little social call. You want to know enough to be informed, but not go down the road of horror stories. Yeah, I like, so it was kind of funny because when I got out of my surgery, Corey was like, so your doctor called me and was like, I took lots of pictures for Kristen because she knows that I like to research things. And so Corey was like, did you tell her to take pictures of your tumor? And I was like, I don't think so, but I'm glad she did. And then she showed me during our meeting. So I feel like I'm going to be that type of pregnant person that's just like, tell me everything. And then have panic attacks about it. Do you mean just close your eyes while giving birth? That might be a little tough. Oh, you got a free sample of something? What did you get? Is it a bathtub? Is it sublimating? A TV? Oh my god, is this cheating? Can we use the TV and sell it? What do you- oh my god, 8,000? This feels wrong. This feels really wrong. Yes, it's cheating. Maybe belt a show tune. I could just see Beth trying to like, just like sing through labor. Everyone says delete. Okay. Alright. It was nice knowing ya. There goes 8,000 simoleons. I know, we'd have to make up a careful backstory for it. I'll sing through it. I know, I love knowing all of the things that I'm possibly getting into, but warbly opera at some points. That would be kind of sweet though, like little Jelly comes out and the first thing he hears is his mom singing. Like that would be so precious. I mean, I would like to think that could be a core memory, but it's not like he'll probably remember that, so. All right, his needs are okay. You could use some more food. So I'm gonna let you eat that, put this away, and read a book, and we're gonna speed up time just a little touch. Oh, you found a Sims 2 build of Downton Abbey? Oh, is it Highclere? Is that what it's called? It will break some PCs because it's detailed. Fair. I would be interested to see. Is there a lot of CC in it? Because that'd be a good way to at least like download a lot of CC at once. Really? No CC? I couldn't do that. That's absolutely impressive. I'm so interested. Alright. You're done with the phone. Why don't you use the restroom and then we can do some cleaning. Maybe clean that up. I don't think we're gonna need this newspaper either. Look at them both rolling once for a bathtub. I'm so sorry, guys. There's nothing I can do. My hands are tied. It's not like I just rolled a bunch of Rosses and you wound up with an interesting one. Pushing a baby out of your ribs is an interesting feeling. So can you literally just like take him and like move him over here? Is that how pregnancy works? Just push him over there, like away from the ribs. Go down. I mean, I'm sure when he's like, I don't know, like when he's like with his head down and everything in the birthing position, like I imagine that's going to be more painful in your bladder than your ribs, but not really. You just kind of push in your belly and eventually he goes, okay, and moves. Aw, he's so complying. What a good little baby. He's gonna be a good listener, I think. That's so sweet. Cute and weird and sweet. Alright, Latrice, how you doing? Miserable as always, I see. Well, why don't you use the restroom and go to sleep for a little bit? Oh, but we do need to we need to water the cows. So first, why don't you put water in the trough? And then you can go to the bathroom. I see you coughing. It does, I mean, I don't know if it sounds unpleasant. It just sounds kind of like, it sounds like you're engaging with a little human. Like, hey, let me tell you where to go. He's already heads down, but not sure he's engaged yet. In the birthing canal. Okay, gotcha. Wow, so does he have his little feet up in your ribs and stuff? That's super interesting. It does sound weird, right? Like, it's amazing the weird things that women's bodies do. His feet and bum. Oh. Oh my gosh, it's so weird and cute though. He should be settled in your pelvis now. I mean, yeah, I would hope so. Like, you're 38 weeks. You're pretty much there. All right, filling up the water. Oh my god, please don't pass out. Please go to bed immediately. How are you doing? You're doing some bird watching. Maybe have some leftovers? Maybe sit down because you're still, you know, sick? There is a drop. I mean, you're talking about like the drop into the birthing canal, right? Some women carry high until right before birth. I really wish I knew more about birth. I guess we'll figure it out eventually, but he's probably almost ready to go. My daughter never did, but she ended up being a C-section. That's fair. I mean, that makes sense, right? Okay. Okay, you're upset. I get it. We can actually buy a crib now, though. So maybe we should buy a crib. Close to 42 weeks. Whoa, that's late. That's so long to be pregnant. Oh my goodness. The average is what, 39 weeks? Right? Is that accurate? Or 40 weeks? I don't know. I should probably know these things, but I do not. All right, let's get ourselves some cribs. 37 to 40. Okay, gotcha. So like ballpark. Got the ballpark right. Yeah, I would hope it doesn't quite go that long. You would just have to be so uncomfortable. All right, let's go over to children. We're just gonna get the cheapest one possible because we have very little money. Put you here, and then we'll get a chamber pot to appease Shadow. And just a little toy. But a toy that doesn't make music, because I discovered the hard way that the music toys, I can't remember what it's called. The little glockenspiel xylophone thing, it wakes people up if they're trying to sleep. Yes, a chamber pot that will never be touched. Hey, listen, I'm trying, okay? We're giving it a good go. All right. All right, have a good day at work, Beth. It was so good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Done but not done. I feel like pregnancy is filled with so many conflicting feelings. Didn't you just go to the bathroom? Oh, we're gonna need to clean that desperately. I'm learning to pause and cue. You haven't even told me to do much today. Like, we are making so much progress. I'm very proud of us. And we haven't lost an entire house to a fire or an actual tragedy. Oh, I see. You're very miserable. I know. I know. Thank you. I have been doing pretty well. We're doing okay. Hey, I did say I wanted kind of like a cozy, calm stream. As someone who pauses a lot. Did I miss all of that? I mean, I traditionally don't pause. Or cue. I just like, someone once said that normal speed was my pause button. So I just don't pause. I don't know why I do it. I didn't even realize that I didn't pause until I started streaming, and I started stressing people out because my Sims were like always on the verge of dying. So yeah, the things you learn about yourself when you start to stream, right? Like, it's kind of wild. All right, Latrice, how are you doing over here? You're doing okay. I think we can zoom things up a little bit. Oh, did you just have a nightmare? Oh, you poor thing. Why does she keep waking up like that? She is struggling. Like how you forgot to feed the cows and sheep. We need a counter for that. Hey, I'm doing okay. We've kept these cows alive since Monday, miraculously, so like, we're doing okay. I know, at least we paused during the fire to try to save Shadow's sim. Like, we really did try. She just lets her sims live like homeless orphans and wonders why they keep complaining and going to aspiration failure. Oh, I feel called out. I mean, it's fair. I am pretty bad. You're someone who constantly checks sim needs and pauses. Oh, it's Gremlin. Thank you so much for your follow. So happy to have you here with us today. I get more careless playing over the years. I think I did too. I was such an overly cautious player, pausing all the time, and now I fast forward and Sims are dying. I do that all the time, Hendrik, as you guys have witnessed on stream live. I'm glad to have missed that. Yeah, I mean, listen, I just like to keep people on their toes, right? Like, it's fun to just never know if your Sims are going to survive. In theory. Alright, let's have you go to sleep because you're technically still sick. Oh, you're gonna go tell a dirty joke, oh my god, to your husband? He's like, no, I don't want anything to do with you. You smell terrible. I'm going to bed. Are they so dirty that they don't even have like clouds? Have the stink clouds just disappeared at this point? The name is Nyx. Hello, thank you so much for the follow. What a delight to have you here with us today. Very much a pauser too, but sometimes I challenge myself by not pausing. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about Beth and I doing a joint stream while we play the same family just to kind of see what would happen and play in our own styles because like I never pause and Beth is a lot more cautious with her Sims than I am. I will play on speed 1. Yeah. Sounds fun? It would be fun, I think. No pausing is definitely a challenge. Like my poor college Sims absolutely live on the edge of misery, but I get every single need to green before bed every night. I like to say that I'm better when I'm playing off stream because I can focus a little bit more, but like there's a combination of like chatting and reading chat and talking and managing everything at once. I don't know. I like to think I'm getting better at it, but like the first few streams were very much like, oh look, this Sim is dying. Oh look, that Sim is dying. Oh, is this toddler literally on the brink of death? Yes. It did get a little bad for a while there, but I think we're learning. I think we're improving. All right, and you could probably get up and have a little bit of food. Covers eyes. The cow is dying. The sheep is dying. The toddler is dying. I know, chat also hasn't been redeeming too many mean things today. Well, I did say I was tired and I wanted a calm stream, and I think everyone kind of understood that. So I am glad that everyone sort of seems to be on the same page right now. I think after so long, the stink clouds literally just disappeared. I think that's so funny. I mean, I guess it's lingering on like the chair, but that's it. Check Latrice. She's actually not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, let's get you back up. I'll have you eat some food, put things away. Even though it's like you're not tired, it's the middle of the night. Oh, you're back. Almost threw a tantrum because my 1876 sewing machine wasn't working, but your gran helped. Oh, did your gran get it running? That's so cool that you have an 1876 sewing machine though. My grandma would have loved that. She was a big sewer. But I am glad it started working in the end. I would have been a little upset too. Oh, are you doing okay? You're just coughing. And then maybe we'll just have you like relax on the bed for a bit. Just kind of tend to things as we can. You need some more food. And then why don't you read a book? Oh, you just didn't thread it properly. Oh, well, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Read in bed, you poor sick bastards. I know, we're trying. Are you eating more? You're not hungry. That's probably my fault. I thought I told you to put the leftovers away. Okay, let's put the leftovers away. My pronouns are he, him, twerp. I love it. I am twerp. It's good that you can poke fun at yourself, though. I think that's a very invaluable skill. Yes, I know. You are very, very miserable. As is everyone else in this household. You didn't put the food away. Come on. Okay, fine. I mean, that's probably my fault. Sims, I need a bath. I will bathe in the rain if I have to. Can you bathe in the rain in The Sims 2? There was a game you could do that, right? Was it The Sims 3? My pronouns are Kristen, pay attention at this point. Oh, sorry, I just hit my mic. Yeah, that's that's definitely your pronouns. No, should though. I wonder if there's a mod for that. Because I know, like, someone has a mod, I can't remember if it's Maxi, that allows you to, like, bathe in the water? Sims 4 and Sims 3. I never had seasons in The Sims 3. Yeah, I would love a mod for that. That would be really great. Okay, you're bird watching. Well, fine. If you're just gonna get up and ignore me, then you can put the food away and we cannot worry about it. Please put the food away, Alexander. Ah. There we go. Look at you being a nice little gentleman. Let's read something. Oh my god, he missed work today? Oh no. I didn't even know that they came for him. That sucks. Well, we really don't want him to lose this job. Okay, now you're tired enough you can actually go to sleep. How's Latrice doing? She's tired. She's going to sleep on her own. I don't know. I'm not sure why my carpals are not popping up. I don't know if they are and I just missed it, but like, I've been taking care of them and I feel like I would have noticed. She's relaxing. Thank you. I didn't even notice she was doing that. All right, go to sleep. Go to sleep, Latrice. You have a baby coming soon. Thank you, guys. You always catch things that I miss. I greatly appreciate it. What are you doing up? Are you just mad because you're smelly? I mean, listen. I get it. I get it. All right, we've got food. Why don't you collect some dung since you're up? There we go. Collect some dung. Maybe eventually you can have some fertilizer. Now to sew and sim. That sounds like an absolutely wonderful day, John. Very jealous. I really want to get back into my knitting. I used to knit so much. I have a sweater that I'm almost finished knitting. It's like a Fair Isle pattern, but I haven't finished it. And it's been sitting in the closet unfinished for months because Ari won't let me knit without destroying the yarn. It's a whole thing. Sew and sin. Well, he is a twerp, I mean. I have not walked nearly enough today. Yeah, I really need to go on a walk today too. My rheumatologist was a little mad because I'm deconditioned at the moment because I wasn't doing a whole lot post-surgery. And so she was like, you're making your fatigue worse by not going on walks and stuff. And so once I get off stream, I'll probably have Corey go on a walk with me because the weather's actually super nice. Like, we went outside to go to the grocery today and it was like 65. It was really lovely. I have to keep telling her when she clips the wrong button or tells the wrong sim to do something. You have a big job to do, Shadow. Food, food. Oh my god. Oh, thank you. Let's get leftovers. Did I click the right thing? I did. Perfect. How are you doing? You're fine, just a little bit angry. John has redeemed check sim needs. Thank you. We are doing that. Oh, it's slippery out, so I can't go on a walk. I will fall. Oh, that's frustrating. Has it been like rainy? Is that why it's slippery? We got a lot of rain last night. Shadow funny. Oh. Yep. That is exactly how my brain went. For sure. Okay, get up. Please get up. Get some leftovers, and then I will let you use the restroom and read a book. You live in Canada. The snow is melting. Oh, okay. I see. That makes sense. Yes, I know. I know. How are the cows? The cows are good. We don't have any mail. Fantastic. Oh, Captain Devers, hello. Yeah, I moved my stream to 3 p.m. today, so we're an hour later. Curled up expecting to catch the VOD, and then here we are. Yes, well, you're at least catching, like, the end of the stream. The rotation does end today. We're gonna play until Latrice has her baby. This is really apocalypse aesthetic right now. It is, isn't it? 100%. Okay. So I think you're going to need to... Oh, baby time! Baby time! Can someone remind me of the names? What was it? It was like... Bartholomew? Bartholomew Wayne? Was that right? Oh my god, there's multiple babies. Oh, it's just 2. Okay. Bartholomew Wayne or Larissa May. So So it looks like we have a girl, we have a boy and a girl. Oh, perfect. Half quads. Well, this is great. We actually have names for both of them then. I'm so glad that wasn't quads. I know the quads are gonna happen at some point. I'm just kind of riding the time until it does. Okay, Larissa May, Bartholomew Wayne. Latrice will stay home. Just two. I am very desensitized. 100% desensitized. We've had so many twins in this neighborhood. Yeah. Okay, so the boy is Bartholomew Wayne and Larissa May. Did I spell that right? No, I didn't. There we go. Larissa May. All right, fantastic. Fantastic. Now, it is time to do some mortality rolls. My favorite part, potentially killing the Sims. Woo! All right, let me get that pulled up. Streamford Cross. Close up, I want to see. Okay. Okay, we'll do little close-ups. Has she even, like, technically had both of the babies? Oh, yes. Okay. So this one... Oh, look at those eyes. Those are pretty eyes. And it looks like brown hair or black hair. So that's Larissa. That Sun and Moon crib is only 25 simoleons. Yeah. Let's hope at least one of them dies. Hey, Kristen. Yeah, I know. And then here's little Bartholomew. Oh, they have the same eyes. That's so pretty. They both have their mom's eyes. Oh, that's lovely. Okay. Also black hair. All right. There we go. Let's do some mortality rolls now. And let me pull up the lower class life expectancies. Streamford Cross. Okay, there we go. Would they be close or hate each other? We'll have to see. Oh, do you think they might not be geneticized? We'll have to double check. We haven't done those yet, have we, Shadow? All my beans with Ben have my eyes too. Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't even realized that. All right. So we have Bartholomew Wayne. You haven't found him yet? Okay, gotcha. Lucas. And Larissa May Lucas. All right. So for those of you new around here, we do mortality rolls for every sim born into the household in the neighborhood. And so I go by these. So you have like a 1 out of 6 chance of dying as a toddler, 1 out of 9 as a child, 1 out of 14 as a teen. So they're kind of tailored towards like how infant mortality was very prominent in the era. That's why you have more chances of dying as a child and a toddler than an adult. Most of my eyes are not geneticized. Oh, okay, got it. So if at any time, using the random number generator, I can spell. If at any time we roll a 1, that means that the child will die during that life period. So, first up, we have 1 out of 6 and 1 out of 19. Or, sorry, 1 out of 6 and 1 out of 9. So, 1 out of 6, 3, and 4. All right, they survived their toddlerhood. Now, they survive their childhood. And then we have 1 out of 14 and 19. 1 out of 14. Okay. 1 out of 19. We've had some really good mortality rolls recently. And then 1 out of 9 for elderhood. Okay. So both of them live perfectly full lives and are very healthy. So that is pretty exciting. We have very long lives for Latrice and her babies, unless the flu gets them. And because Latrice is a sim self, we are not going to be rolling a maternal death rate because I don't want to accidentally kill a sim self. That just feels a little bit mean. But anyone else anyone born in this hood is fair game for the maternal mortality rolls. Okay, well, we're back. Sorry about that. Wi-Fi full on was like, no. I want none of you right now. Is this supposed to happen? No. No, it's not supposed to happen. I'm sorry. We're having some Wi-Fi troubles and I can't quite figure out what the problem is. Yeah, so the internet is just being a little bit of a pain right now. I am sorry, but thank you so much for all of your patience. The Wi-Fi didn't want you to kill any sim selves with pregnancy deaths. No, it did not. It really didn't. But unfortunately, we are actually going to end there because we have completed our rotation. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Oh, and you got your new laptop rearmost line. That's so exciting. How's it working out for you? Is it great? Is it smooth? Is it running like butter? That's so exciting. Fresh laptops are just like, oh, they are such a wonderful experience. I think I saved while the stream crashed, but I'll save again. Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Oh, Sir Falafel, thanks for redeeming save. I appreciate that. Is there anyone online we can raid? Yeah, I'm glad we were able to catch some of you Aussies as well. That was pretty nice. I know, Charlotte, I'm glad you finally got to be here. Yeah, I'm glad you caught us at the end, Captain Davers. Desi's on. Oh, we could raid Desi. Let me pull up Twitch. So, do you guys want to watch some Sims 2 or some Sims 3? Because we could raid Desi, who has some Sims 3 going on, or we can raid the Masked Emerald, who is playing a medieval mega hood. We've already raided Masked Emerald before, so maybe it'd be fun. I don't know what Desi's up to. But why don't we give Desi a go? I think she would appreciate that. All right. Let me close that capture window real quick. Oh, she's building her historical save? I didn't know she was doing a historical save. Stranger Sims might be wrong. Okay. Why don't we give her a raid then? Show her a little bit of love. She is someone who is actually in our community. So we love to support her and show her some love. If you wouldn't mind hanging out and popping in to her stream with the raid, we do have, for those of you who are subbed, we have a little raid icon with a little kitty cat that says raid. So you could do that. All right, let me pull this up. Gonna raid Desi. Okay, so we are beginning the raid. If you wouldn't mind hopping over just to say hello with her, I would greatly appreciate that, and I know she would appreciate that too. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. It was an absolute blast, as always, and I will see you Tuesday for some more Banished, and Wednesday for some more Sims 2. All right, bye folks. Love you all.